that note, gentlemen, we are just too sweet.
Welcome to another episode of Attention Wrestling Disorder, number 34. Within 2 years, that's an accomplishment. And
For us, it's a milestone.
it's also the last episode of 2022.
2-year anniversary, gentlemen. It's been 2 years.
But if Chuck manages to not post this till later on, then it's the first of the new year.
No, I'll post today. I'll make it a point to get it out.
And for all our viewers out there, hope your Christmas was great and enjoy your Happy New Year.
Happy Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year's, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus, and Happy New Year.
And all that stuff. But I am RJ Show, the whole show, nothing but the damn show, because that's who I fucking am. Boom.
And I am your Chucky Hashi, who has cut his hair forever ago, but I'm still going to go by Chucky Hashi because that was my running joke when we started this, and I had the bleach blonde hair, and apparently I was like Yoshihashi. Don't see it.
And let's not forget the only person to plan a time and show up an hour late, as well as being the only person to watch WWE's main event, Hot Rod 521.
And you forgot the most important thing. Okay. Now you're a 5-time EOW Fantasy Champion. Thank you.
I didn't forget.
No one cares.
Hey,
I tried to forget about it.
Now, hater.
Who, me?
Yes.
Why? Because no one cares about your
five-time,
blah, blah, blah.
That's a lie.
So we got the best friend of Mr. Punctual main event over here. The guy who's known for beating the Rod in fantasy wrestling AWD. Like
2 times.
Twice.
That's what I do.
I give credit, yes.
And he actually trained briefly in a wrestling school under Damian Dragon, a guy from the Indies that I found out trained at Miyazaki Karate Dojo around the same time as me, but in the Queens dojo, not the Rockwell Center dojo. And I met Damian Dragon before going to an indie in Union City with my friend who was a ref under the moniker Sling Blade Carl. And
cool
I
history
think
lessons.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Robert K., welcome to Attention Wrestling Disorder. Get ready to be like, what the fuck did I just sign up for?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I apologize on advance for the 2 of these degenerates.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Apologize for yourself, jackass.
I own my shortcomings. So how are you today, Mr. Rob? What's the good word in Robert K. land?
Hallelujah. I'm doing good. New Year's, getting ready to bring the next one in. I know we've been trying to do this for a while, so it's really glad to be able to join in.
It's finally here.
Yeah.
What I like is that, I mean, we were all doing the and you 3, you still do it, the EOW fantasy wrestling, where we get our wrestlers and we compete to see who becomes the champion, but we don't really get real together. But I decided one day to just make things interesting, because I heard a promo that at the time the champion Robert K. cut, and I was like, really? Is that what you're gonna do? Fine, then I'm going to be the heel, and I'm going to start a feud.
You're gonna turn Rob babyface.
How long did it take you to figure out? Because when you cut that promo, I mean, I'm like, really? You could have done your own thing, but you're going to be Roman Reigns in the New Day, really? So I decided, okay, I'm just going to give you shit about it. And how long did it take you to catch on what I was doing?
Oh, I knew right away, but that's the whole fun about it. You gotta liven it up, enjoy it, as wrestling fans, this is what we do. Rodriguez, to tell you, this is what we did our entire childhood. You know, I always played the heel and he was always the face. And any opportunity I can. So to be able to do that, you know, I gotta rub it in. If I'm the champ, I gotta rub it in, you know?
Yeah,
I gotta
you
let
did.
you know this is my table. And I thank you guys for joining my table today. Just a side note.
And
Well,
keep in mind, I did challenge you to your table, and like the true heel you are, you didn't even respond.
the one
Yeah.
encounter me and Rob had, he actually did beat me, but I thought we had a good back and forth with our video
yeah.
promos. Those are pretty funny.
Yeah,
I
we
was
did.
trying to get it back and forth with you, but
Listen,
you
I'm not
know,
Ronda
I'm like-
Rousey. You gotta earn that shot. I don't give it away.
Yeah, but my whole thing is I'm the piece of shit. I'm the asshole. I don't give a fuck about anyone. I just want what I want because I'm better than everyone in the whole group. That's the character I wanted to be.
And it makes it fun. It really does to have a
It's
rivalry.
so
Look
hilarious.
forward to it. Yeah.
I had a kick out of myself when I did the
And
Elias
yet I never
promo.
won.
When I did the John Cena theme telling everybody that Ron Hancock sucked.
Rod Hancock sucked.
Ron
Ron
Hancock
Hancock
sucks.
I mean, if you're the winning the most championships sucks, then you're right. I do suck.
You're right. He is a fucking heel for being a baby face.
He really believes he's the babyface, but he's the biggest heel.
I
You
love
guys
it.
No,
you guys don't realize
you're
it, but
just
we're
a
actually the
hater,
baby
so
faces and he's the
you're
heel.
just a
That's the
hater.
kicker.
You're just a hater.
Rod,
All
you
right,
would be
maybe
like
we
an
want
OG
to-
Because
New
I'm the
Day
women's
style heel.
champion does not make me a heel.
Rod, you'd be like the OG New Day when they first came out and they were heels. You would be the heel because the fans were haters, and that'd be it.
Because that was true.
You were so
but
bad when they
you
turned the New
hating
Day's
on the
heel.
fans for not agreeing with you is so fucking heel. He does. He
What?
does. You hating on people for not agreeing with your
Right, yeah,
your
because
ideas.
John Cena's a 16-time world champion, but I should agree with Chuck that he sucks. Right.
So actually, I'm embarrassed I'm wearing the shirt, even though
Right.
they won last night. I feel like a hypocrite because I hate John Cena. I'm wearing a Kevin Owens shirt, and they teamed us and they won, so I feel like a hypocrite.
Well, if anything,
You're good.
John Cena gave KO KO won that match. John Cena did his 5 moves of doom, as we like to call it, but
Boring.
Hater.
KO is the one who came up on top, man. Well, that didn't sound right. KO is the one who won the match.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
That's what she said, Jay.
Speaking of him, I think his son is 15 now. Jeez.
What happened?
I remember like yesterday when he posted that picture of his son with the NXT title. Now his son is 15. Jeez.
Oh, his son, really? Owens
Yep.
15?
That makes sense. Yeah, KO's son being about 15. Yeah, you got to remember that he was an NXT champion like 7 years ago. So you got to remember the time has passed.
Yeah, time flies.
He's
I
been.
remember when everybody roasted that ESPN announcer about when he posted that picture that ESPN announcer that was hating on it.
So what's your stance on everything what's your stance on the match? Right now we're talking about the Cena KO versus the Bloodline match from last night. Did you catch it, Rob?
Highlights of it. I didn't watch it, but I heard that he basically gave KO the whole shine, and they worked to a hot tag, and they did the moves together. So that's great. You know, it's just a guest spot.
I thought what they were going to do, and I'm glad they didn't. You know, KO gets a brunt of the punishment. At the last minute, John Cena gets tagged and saves the day, but he didn't do that. He came in, he did his thing, and he let KO, and he had KO finish the match.
I think that would be more of a McMahon booking if he was
Right.
still in charge. But Triple
Yeah.
H, you know, he's going to put over his guys that's there, and John Cena is the guest role. And it's been a while since Cena wrestled too, so I'm not surprised that he didn't mix it up so much.
I wish you could have went a whole calendar year without a Cena match. It would have been my greatest year.
Heads up before you
Yeah,
go in. Wait, let me just jump in here. Every time you start to talk, your mic kind of goes out and then it comes in.
Okay,
So
I got to just speak closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, guys.
Get intimate with us, but
All
not like
right.
that.
Hello,
You know.
gentlemen. Yeah, but I think that Cena comes in as Superman is more of a McMahon thing. So
Yeah.
it's cool that because you got to build KO. Somebody's got to beat Romans, or at least seem like they can beat Roman, and not just a guest spot. I don't think KO is going to beat Roman, even face him, but
But the thing
you
is,
got to build guys.
as last night did prove, though, there's still some McMahon influenced decisions still within the company.
I'm not complaining.
I mean, yes,
I'm not complaining.
I agree with that because,
Did
okay, how
Charlotte
many
really need
times
to
did
come
Charlotte
back and
have
get
the
handed
belt?
the championship?
Stop hating, Rod.
How many times did
I'm not
Charlotte
hating.
have
I'm
the
speaking
belt?
fact. Don't get me wrong. I'm not exactly thrilled about Ronda being champion, but at least she's been showing up every week.
Rousey, that I don't like Rousey with the belt. But the thing I liked about Rousey is she was pushing Shayna over big time to be the monster heel that she's supposed to be.
Hey, she's giving back to wrestling. I can't hate on that. When wrestlers give back to wrestling, I can't hate on that. I can't hate on it. I can't even hate on Cena right now, even though I want to, because
I know
last night you can't even hate on him for that last night. You know what that kind of reminded me of, actually, in a weird way? It reminded me of WrestleMania 20 when The Rock and Mick Foley wrestled Evolution. And The Rock was just kind of there. And it wasn't about him, and Mick Foley took the spot, and Mick Foley put the other guys over. That was what that reminded me of. No, the difference is that Cena and Owens won. Obviously, Rock and Foley lost. But
I will say this, though. Freaking Solo and Sheamus, that was a hell of a match.
yeah, that was
I
a bad
want to see
match.
that. I got to catch that.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad match. I was getting this
ready. A hard-hitting banger.
Well, I was getting this ready and, waiting for Rod to be, Rod. I was watching all of SmackDown. We put a wager, Rod, on what would happen first. You getting in here, or if I would finish SmackDown. And SmackDown was way done first.
Yeah, Chuck won that one.
By a mile. I even watched half of Rampage waiting for you. No, I'm kidding.
Well, no, you're not kidding. You did watch half of Rampage waiting for him.
I know, it's the main event already. It's Wheeler and Swerve. I actually had to pause it because, it's all good, though.
And see, this is what I love. I love how you get on me for not watching Rampage on time, but when Chuck does it, it's okay.
You're the one who's doing the scores for the wrestling. I'm just a casual fan. I'm Joe Fandom.
You know shit before. You're the one who always watches shit, though. So it's kind of strange.
Yeah, no, you might know. I can't believe you watching Love Up before you watch Rampage, and I still watch it that night. Chuck is usually the next day, and you don't say nothing about it, but I guess that's okay.
Because sometimes Chuck does watch it on time.
Depends on the night. It really depends on if I go out or if I have band practice. If I have band practice, I usually watch it when I get home, or I watch it first thing in the morning.
So,
excuse me.
I think, honestly, that if ratings are going to be compared, WWE did win this one.
Rampage and SmackDown, by far.
Rampage was great, but still, as far as the content and the way they did it, I think I have to give it to SmackDown.
I mean, personal fandom here. I like Rampage, but there are times
when you knew SmackDown was going to win, just by having Cena come back, you knew already it was going to beat Rampage.
Well, unfortunately, you got a point.
No, because Cena still has plenty of haters out there, and people rather watch other things than.
No offense. No offense. What main event you think people are going to get more excited for? KO and KO Cena versus Zayn and Roman, or Wheeler Yuta versus Swerve? No offense to Yuta or Swerve, but that's not even close.
Exactly, I agree. But here's the thing, too. What
about the fact that Jade Cargill was defending her title against Kiera Hogan?
That was a
decent match. It was a decent match.
Both shows finished strong.
No, that's a decent match. But again, you're putting Jade Cargill, as much as I love Jade Cargill and Kiera Hogan, you're putting them up against Roman and Cena.
And let's not forget.
In this
case, Zayn, right?
Put them up against Ronda and Raquel. Ronda's got more star power.
And Ronda, exactly. But again, guys, you got to remember that. I feel like, this is my opinion. I feel like Rampage is almost like a secondary show compared to Rampage, where or to Dynamite rather than like Raw and SmackDown are supposed to be equivalents. I feel like Rampage is like a secondary to Dynamite.
Rampage has matches that Dynamite doesn't have, though, which is nice. They'll.
No, I agree with that.
I don't like that Kip had a, that Kip fought a job enhancement guy, because I want to see Kip have a good match. And when it's a guy you're not familiar
next
with.
week, he gets his shot finally at a Battle of the Belts. What is it, 5 now, I believe?
5. It's 5.
Yeah, it's 5, right?
I can't wait for that. And I hope he wins, because I feel like
I'm over Orange Cassidy.
Return was meant for him to have this title.
Well, my only thing is I don't like the fact that they're doing it so late, though. Why not just have it on a Saturday rather than have it at 11 o'clock at night on a Friday night? Well, most of your fan base is not gonna be home. Ain't gonna be home that late.
Maybe because they expect people to DVR it, but unfortunately, I don't think Nielsen works that way.
No, they don't.
No,
I couldn't tell you. You have to ask Tony why he made that call. Maybe it was because the network could only do it the Friday and not Saturday.
That could be. Yeah,
I do. Speaking of that, I do got a nice announcement though. I officially now have a New Japan World and Honor Club accounts now.
Nice. I guess Rod won't be piggybacking off my New Japan anymore.
Did you hear? Well, after hearing about like what a lot of these streaming services are gonna be doing, yeah.
Right.
I will. Don't you worry, Chuck. I'm still going to piggyback off of you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, you gotta be careful with that, because a lot of these streaming services, they plan on like stopping this account sharing. They're really cutting down on this account sharing.
Why are you on
Disney anymore, Rob?
Why are you even on Honor Club? I mean, is the new Ring of Honor?
Tony says the Ring Honor show is going to be shown. It's going to be on Honor Club, so I got an Honor Club account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they still have all the archive stuff, right?
Yeah,
and they got all the archive stuff. It's actually a good account to have. Actually, Honor Club. I was going
to get the annual, but they only have the monthly one for right now. So.
New Japan World is still my favorite subscription I have. I love New Japan
World. I gotta get back into it. I think I'm definitely gonna watch Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom is gonna be fantastic. You know what? I'm a pig in shit about Wrestle Kingdom because Omega and Carl Anderson are both gonna be at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, but I think New Japan has a better relationship with AEW than. Well, I don't know what the relationship is, honestly, between Japan and WWE. I have no clue, but
I mean, years ago they had.
Okay, if they're letting Carl Anderson, be the champion, like that. I'm assuming it's okay.
Oh, by the way, let's not forget about a new AAA champion that's apparently signed to WWE now too.
Oh yeah, Dragon Lee.
And he won.
I heard apparently both him and Dralistico both got tryouts, but only Dragon Lee got signed. Well, did you hear why he chose WWE over AEW?
Is Dralistico signed to AEW?
I believe he is now.
Okay.
Did you hear why Dragon Lee chose WWE over AEW?
Why?
He basically said because he feels like AEW is like so loaded right now, they would just get lost in the shuffle, and you have a better chance be in NXT that he won in AEW right now, which I feel he's right about.
We'll see, because if he gets on the main roster of WWE, he may get lost in the shuffle the way.
They already announced he's starting at NXT, so
yeah, he's going to be at NXT.
I figured. I mean, most that's the way it should be.
I mean, there are exceptions, like AJ, the Good Brothers were exceptions.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so, by the way, Dralistico still signed to AAA, not technically signed to AW yet.
Was Dralistico ever in Ring of Honor, or was he just a AAA guy?
CMLL.
CMLL.
So, I mean, so they always had that relationship, that working relationship.
Yeah, with Japan especially, Dralistico. So,
CMLL, definitely, because New Japan does do like commentary with CM. You know how they watch old CMLL shows on New Japan?
Right.
They do that.
Ring of Honor always had that good relationship with CMLL.
Yeah. So yeah, Jalisco, CMLL. Actually, Jalisco was the guy who took the Mystico name when the original Mystico became Sin Cara in WWE. He was the one who took over for Mystico in CMLL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just read that.
Feel like a lot of guys were Sin Cara or Mystico.
There's only been, I mean, technically, there's only been 2 Mysticos, and there's been technically only 2 Sin Caras because what's his face? Unico became Sin Cara.
Yeah, Unico. Wasn't Unico Mystico though?
No, Unico was ever Mystico.
Wait a minute. What was the name of the evil Sin Cara?
That was
Was
Unico.
it Mystico?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Unico. And that's when he
Right,
got
but
masked. And he,
wasn't his name Mystico in WWE when he was feuding with Sin Cara
no,
as
he was just the evil Sin Cara. He wasn't Mystico.
Yeah, it was like Sin Cara Azul
Yeah, it was
and
like
Sin Cara Negro.
yeah, he was
Oh, Sin Cara
yeah, he
Negro,
was Sin Cara Negro. Yeah, it was supposed to be Sin Cara Black, and obviously the good guy was Sin Cara Blue. Because apparently I memorized very minimal Spanish. Very minimal. I could speak probably a very broken sentence of Spanish if I needed to.
and you got to jump in, Rob, because if you don't, we're never going to let you talk.
Can you hear me?
Now, yeah,
No.
now,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My mic is going back and forth. Yeah, that whole Sin Cara thing, who, this, that. I know there's just like multiple. That's all I know.
It got
Excuse me,
confusing
but
very quickly.
I heard that when Dragon Lee, when they won the tag team championships off of FTR, he vacated right away. And they said that he made the announcement that he's going to WWE, and WWE had a film crew in the back filming it. So there was talk about, why you don't let your guys other people go over on you guys. But then it was said that FTR wanted to lose the belts, and they didn't want to go into 2023 with the AAA belts so that they can take some time off. So it's a crazy situation.
Dax was hurt in that match from the door collar match.
So I have a feeling.
So basically, they're probably losing the New Japan tag title belt too.
I have a feeling they're going to do that.
I have a feeling also they're eventually going to go back to WWE and everybody's going to hate on it.
But why would you do that when AEW gave them the opportunity to do what they're doing?
Because Triple H, they're Triple H guys and they're Triple H boys.
If they go back, it's because they're Triple H guys.
Exactly. That's exactly why they would go back.
Probably getting promised that, okay, you will be featured. We won't put you in clown costumes.
Yeah.
And
we'll let you work somewhere else.
Once they went Uzi
Right.
high either.
I don't know. Like, it's weird now. Now that Triple H is taken over, it's like, should these guys go back, or should they pursue what they're pursuing elsewhere?
I have a feeling you're going to see a little bit of both. I do see a lot of guys going back because you're already seeing it. And I think you're going to, with time, see more of that as like deals come
I'm saying
up.
this right now. If Chelsea Green goes back, she's an idiot.
Why's that?
Why do you say that? Because
this company literally tried to sue her for her government name.
Under Vince.
That's still that's something you don't forgive, and that's one of them. We're not talking about like a name that they gave her and she wanted to use. They tried to sue her for her legit government name.
Yeah, I know. It was stupid.
Like, unless she's getting a hell of a contract and a hell of an apology, no way I would go back or be closed and a secondary money-making account like her OnlyFans.
And what's funny too is a big rumor mill is that Matt Cardona is rumored heavily to be in the Royal Rumble.
Not Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona.
Really? That's interesting.
Oh, no. He wouldn't come back as Zack Ryder. You already said Zack Ryder's day. If they try to make him go back as Zack Ryder, he wouldn't go back.
No woo-woo.
That would be cool.
No more woo-woo.
I'm all about my Deathmatch King. I love him in GCW. He's fantastic there. He's good in NWA. He's like the best thing in Impact because no one watches Impact.
Put down, hater.
Rod.
Oh, I gotta talk about Impact in a bit, but
Here goes this hater.
If you guys discuss,
let me ask you guys a question.
Okay,
speaking of guys going back to WWE, now we all know that Andrade had an argument with Teflon Sammy, who apparently never gets punished for fights that he has backstage. Only everyone else does. So my question is, where is Andrade going back to? Is Andrade still with AEW? We haven't seen him in months.
As of right now, yes. Same with Miro. They're both still there as of
I
right
believe
now.
he was suspended for that
Yeah,
altercation.
this long?
It was recent.
No, it
Maybe
was
like a month ago.
3
No, it
months
was longer
ago.
than that now. It was like probably
Yeah,
like end of
but,
summer,
you know,
early fall.
I
Oh.
mean, they might not have nothing for him right now.
What do you mean? They with him gone, what's they put what's his face in charge of in Rob what's the how do you pronounce it?
Roosh.
Not Roosh, the name of the faction.
What faction did
Los
Gobernables?
Enganadores.
Yes.
You
Roosh.
just say LFI for short if you can't say the whole name.
Oh, yeah, LFI works.
Well, whatever it is, Roosh out of nowhere became the leader as if Andrade was never the leader. The way just a week later.
Well, the thing is with them, you got to remember though, is that Roosh and Andrade were the original Los Ingobernables.
Right. So what I mean,
So it still makes sense. It's just they're buying time with it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
what I'm saying is if Andrade is back and no longer suspended, bring him back to what he was doing. I mean, with him,
Before, right.
originally,
I heard
was the
Scorpio Sky's been
reason
cleared
that-
for like weeks now to compete, but they don't got nothing for him.
Because again,
It's more
AEW is doing this.
behavioral.
Well, here's the thing with AEW, and again, they're falling into similar patterns that WWE falls into. They have so many guys that you can't push everybody. That's the problem. That's where they're going wrong.
The feud with Andrade, fucking Preston Vance was originally, I think he was going to lose the mask to Andrade, but they did it in a different way. But you know, originally it was Andrade who was scouting Preston, so bring it back. Now that Andrade, you know, bring Andrade back in LFI and I mean, Jose the assistant.
I mean, this is why people like
manager.
Cardona and Talia Valkyrie was smart. They didn't just commit to one company.
I think as soon as he can get out of there,
And
he's
because
gone.
of it, they get plenty of TV time.
I mean, he wants to be with his wife too, so
Is also committed to AAA. Rod,
What?
are you saying that Andrade is also committed to AAA right now too?
Not that I know of. I mean,
I don't think he's committed to
outside that
anything.
one match he had.
They all kind of work
surprisingly,
together.
though, he's got strong ties on this, and what's surprising.
So make me understand, because I don't read the dirt sheets. I read things that are seem credible, and you know, I want to know where the hell is Andrade? Is it his personal choice to be off TV? What the hell's going on? Because if you look at some of the Twitter stuff, I don't know. It looked like Andrade, to me, my opinion.
Yeah, but the same people that say that about Andrade was the same people say that about Aleister Black. So this is why I don't believe Twitter.
Yeah, I don't.
I stopped paying attention to Twitter a long time because I hate Twitter. I used to love it.
House of Black came back fucking
That
strong.
is legit like the most toxic place for professional wrestling is Twitter.
I think social media gets toxic, period. But I mean, it's
but Twitter's the worst. Twitter is the worst.
No shit. I don't like the fans that start booking their own shit. Like, oh, this is what's going to happen. We're going to see this. No, watch it. Fucking watch it.
People don't know how to do that anymore.
It's like, I will say, I think it would be cool to see this, but I still want to see what happens.
And heaven forbid you get an argument with those Twitter fans that only watch one company. Oh my God, heaven forbid. You watch multiple companies. Heaven forbid that.
You got
to somebody leave WWE and become successful with other companies. They're automatically branded a traitor.
Because people are stupid. Because people are stupid.
That's stupid. I mean,
yeah. Like, if you get released from WWE, you should just retire from pro wrestling.
That's
people got to make a living. Here's the thing. Again, it comes down to, look, there's a ton of wrestling to watch. We have how many brands to watch? How many promotions are there that are promoting things? Like, take everything at face value. Take what you enjoy. You don't. If you only like WWE, good on you. If you like AEW, good on you. If you like a little bit of everything, good on you. Like, whatever. Why are we fighting about this?
They just want to be
Where
in
there's
their
so
own
many
clique.
options.
Right?
They just want to be in their own
would
clique.
never understand how people only watch one. Some of these
CLICK.
fans act like if it was up to them, it'd be 2001 all over again. Where WWE was the only ticket in town.
Am I the only one who knows what I just did? Probably.
Probably.
I think Rob actually caught on what I just did. Robert K.
No, I missed it.
What'd you do?
I said, I mean, these fans are just all about being in their own cliques, because that what you said, Chuck, was a clique way of thinking.
It was. I agree. You're right.
CLICK spelled.
Right.
That wasn't a specific. That wasn't directed at anyone.
Right. Right.
That wasn't one of my in jokes that probably only 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4 people get.
I think I get where you're going with that. But again, but the point is,
Mark. What?
You fucking Mark.
Fucking Mark.
You fucking Marks.
You know what?
That's because everybody's a Mark.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I would be a Mark. If I was wrestling's the wrestling, I'd be a Mark. Because you know
I'm
what?
a
That's how
big
you
Mark.
get there.
I'm a big, let me tell you what happened, dude. Like, I'm friendly with some of the, guys in like, I'll go to CCW shows, and I trained with them for a very, 2 weeks. That's just 2 weeks, whatever. And I stopped, and I always tell a story. I hurt my back. I couldn't do it. But I'll still go to support them. And, there's a guy who is very in character every time you see him. He's the shithead manager. He's the asshole manager. That's what he does. And if he sees me, he'll, he called me a piece of shit the other week, even though I was wearing a band that we both have mutual love for. I'm still the piece of shit. So, hey, okay, so now I am that Mark. I'm the Mark. He called me the piece of shit. So I'm the fan. I'm the Mark.
Yeah, happens.
And it is what it is. You accept it. You go. I love going to shows. I love supporting people. I got to play my role. If that's what I got to be for that day, that's what I got to be.
Be the Mark. That's it.
Be the
you fucking Mark.
Fucking Mark.
You fucking Mark.
I want that as a t-shirt.
I do too. I want that expression too. I would wear that shirt every day. That would be the only shirt I would wear on this podcast, because I realize of all the wrestling shirts I own, except for the new one I bought, which I'm going to unravel in a little while and open up, this is the only one I haven't worn on this podcast yet.
Yes, I'm a Mark. Guilty. Or if you could shorten that on a t-shirt. Mark Guilty.
Mark Guilty. Mark Guilty. Got it.
I don't know. I'm just trying to. What would fit on a fucking t-shirt?
You fucking Mark.
You fucking Mark, yeah.
But that's perfect. I would wear that shirt every day.
You can't though, unless it was you FN Mark.
No, I would put the whole word. Screw that.
I guess you could. But
where are we wearing these shirts? I mean, you can't wear it to work, obviously, but if you go down, just hang out and go to wrestling events.
I could wear it to my day job because no one will see it because work from home.
You're a lot more fortunate than I am. I got to work with the public. I got to be chipper and nice to people.
I would just love for you to wear that.
Right?
Yes, Rod.
Oh.
I mean, Rod, unfortunately, not everybody's privileged to be retired like you.
Shoot. Hey, I earned my retirement.
I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying not everybody's that fortunate.
No, I was saying doctor's office is the worst spot to be in right now. Working in the doctor's office.
It's an eye doctor. It's not so bad.
Well, I'm just saying, because, imagine, you get those people that don't want to wear masks and bitch at you when you tell them they have
that's already a thing. Oh, we already deal with that. Yep.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I would not want to work in no doctor's office. My mom has to deal with that every day.
I have a question for you, Rob. If it was your back that took you out of action, right?
Me, no. What happened at the time was we were training in a doghouse and it closed down. And I
That's
was
Rodney
young.
Mack, and isn't that Rodney Mack's? Isn't the doghouse Rodney Mack?
I don't know.
What?
Leviathan was the guy who was running it. If that's his name correctly, this is a very long time ago. It's about 20 years ago. I can't remember, but I remember that him and the SAT would always be there in red. And
SAT.
Loki.
I remember SAT.
Yeah. And I think that they were Red's cousins, but Loki would be there every time. They would be in the big ring, we'd be in the little mats, and we'd just be like, wow, eyes wide open, watching everything. I was maybe 21, I don't know. It was a very long time ago, but it was
That was
cool.
Jersey, right?
Huh?
Was that Jersey?
It was Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay, so that was
Yeah. And so
Brooklyn.
it
Did
kind
you
of
say-
changed the opportunity, but as I got older, when I wanted to get back in, I've had different health problems where it's just like, and just haven't had the opportunity. And when I did, my health wasn't lined up with that opportunity.
I mean, I'm cutting promos in my head now. Of I really, really want to be this like heel manager guy, but without proper ring training, I
It's
can't
hard to
do
be
it
that.
in a wrestling ring.
That's why
Just give me the mic and I'll have fun.
Yeah, seriously, give me the mic, and let me be this asshole. I don't keep me out of the ring. Just let me talk and let me be a prick.
I feel like if you let any one of the three of us cut a promo and like a wrestling match without any ring training, just like be able to do the mic and not worry about all the other shit, any one of the three of us would thrive as a heel wrestling manager. We would
I
all just be
agree.
like,
I believe in what I'm saying.
right, I would too, and as would Rob. Like, and Rod would get a kick out of any one of the three of us being a heel manager. Rod will never be a heel.
Long training with Rodriguez. He's always the face. That's how I
But
learned to play
again,
the
we've
heel.
already established that
because
he's
he's
actually
like
the heel
one of them.
that believes he's the face.
Yeah.
He is
Oh, no,
literally
I know
the
I
original
am.
New
That's
Day.
besides the point.
What do you say, Rod?
I know I am, but that's besides the point.
How much
You're-
time do you have, Rob?
I'm good on time.
Okay,
Good.
because
Cool.
we could segue. We were, we
Yeah.
talked a bit about SmackDown. I mean, we covered maybe a little bit of Rampage.
Yeah, I didn't finish the. How was the Wheeler Rush Strickland match? I didn't finish it.
I
This
was
is really good.
It was good.
It? It's on now, but I paused it so we could do this. So I'll watch it after. But it was good. It
A
was
lot
worth the
of back
watch.
and forth.
I like those kind of matches
there
though.
was the moguls. What are they called? The mogul.
Whatever they're called. Yeah.
Affiliates, the
Rod-
mogul affiliates.
Yeah, the mogul
mogul
affiliates. That's it.
affiliates Were kind of doing their job without having to be physical with
That's
Yuta.
good. That's good.
They did the distraction. The ref basically with the ref focusing on them and with Yuta focusing on those two, Swerve got to turn things around.
That's good.
So
We won't say how he won. We won't spoil it.
You can. It's okay. It's already over. It's fine. I'm assuming I know who won, but
but that's not the point to where he won. That just was part
Gotcha.
of the. But that was where he kind of tables were turned at one point.
gotcha.
Because Wheeler Yuta
I love Wheeler Yuta.
is incredible. I mean, sometimes I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. I mean,
He's starting to because he's with the Blackpool Combat guys, but I feel like I agree with that.
should they even still be called that with Regal not really present?
Regal's
Because
gone.
I know he's gone, but that was a name given by Regal.
Yeah, but it's better than rebranding.
Yeah,
If you
There's
wanna
no
stick
reason
with
to
it.
rebrand
Yeah.
because he put them together and it's still a nod to Regal. So I would say leave it.
yeah.
And the whole Daniel Bryan kind of carrying on with
Yeah.
MJF after what he did. So he's kind of
Yeah.
carrying the banner for that name.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to like Regal is like. I mean, Regal's a legend. Regal has done a lot for all these guys in the business.
He's giving back to the business big time. Regal is one guy at this point. I don't think you can hate on him. Like when he was a wrestler, he was a heel. You hated on him, but like as a legend doing what he's doing now, I don't think you can.
Why would you hate on a guy who's made many careers?
NXT's best years was when Regal was running the ship.
What happened?
NXT's best years was when Regal was running the ship down there.
I could agree with that. I would second that. I can't argue that.
Love to see Regal and Triple H do things, on the main roster. Let HBK run NXT. Let Regal, because Regal puts in a good word for a guy. Because Regal doesn't.
See, Triple H really wants to make an impact. He's got to get rid of the good old boys that's still there from the Vince era.
Get rid of Pritchard and Dunn. It'll be the best company ever.
Hell yeah.
You already know Khan's not going nowhere, so I can't even say get rid of him because he's not going nowhere.
Who?
Nick Khan.
No, well, that unfortunately.
Nick Khan, yeah. But does Triple H? He probably doesn't even have the power on staff. He probably, talent, but as far as Dunn and I don't know if he has that. Who knows? Maybe he does.
Dunn even still is.
Yeah,
Dunn,
he's still there.
He's still there, yeah.
but I think
And from what I'm hearing, Pritchard is still trying to get Raw to be 4. Nick Khan's still trying to get Raw to be 4 hours.
No one would watch 4 hours of that shit. I struggle with 3 hours of that. I mean, Raw's been decent, but I can't watch 4 hours of wrestling in one clip. I don't got that kind of time.
I think Triple H is very much in control of the content. I think
He is.
Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are handling, the business, the overseas stuff and all. But I think as far as any story, in ring, all that, I think that's all overseen by Triple H.
And Triple H is different, has a different mind for that than Vince did because he's younger and he's more dialed into what goes on. Vince McMahon was like that guy. He was so invested in his own product that he didn't pay attention to anything else outside of his work. I don't think Vince watches movies. I don't think he pays attention to anything. I think it was his yes men who were doing all that for him and telling him, "Oh, you should check this out. Oh, I like that." And he would just anything he wanted to hear was like, "I like that," and they just did it.
But here's my thing:
how stupid it was.
If Triple H is really in tune, then we need to see Mustafa Ali doing more than just losing, getting his ass handed to him. I need to see him win more matches.
I really wish he would have got his release because he'd be a huge star right now anywhere else.
Mustafa Ali will thrive anywhere he goes. He's one of those talents that will thrive any promotion.
So
he kind of does him a little dirty, but I think anywhere else he'd be a star. AEW
Ricochet is getting picked up a little bit more on TV. Ricochet's getting more time on TV
because you have that support, and also you have Paul Heyman still evolved a little bit, not on that level, but he's still probably getting to people's ears. And Paul Heyman's the biggest Ricochet fan ever.
I think with Regal, if this is true, if Regal's back, then I think those guys are going to get more.
Ricochet.
But I heard Regal was going down to NXT though because he wanted to be with his son.
All right, well
that's still a start.
Why he wanted to go back.
Him and NXT is still good, and he can still get back to NXT and he can make NXT better. Because NXT is honestly the worst brand right now, and I never thought I would say that.
Well, I mean, other than what they did to Mandy Rose, I think NXT has been better since the change.
A little bit, but I'm not as into it as other things. And I'm pissed about the Mandy thing. I am fucking livid.
So am I. That was really shitty.
What did they do? They had her literally drop the belt so she gets shit canned the next day? That's terrible.
From what
something more to that situation.
And this whole WWE's the only company I know that cares about their freaking superstars making non-company money.
She still gave I'm calling her Ring of Honor name. She still gave Roxy the nod. I heard an interview that she did. I mean, she still did what she.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Still put her over.
Plan that Mandy was losing the title to Roxy. It was just supposed to happen at New Year's Smash, but once Mike got wind of those pictures, they moved it up.
I mean, I'm not surprised they did that.
They saw those pictures. Roxy became champion. Roxy was becoming champion. It's just once those pics came out, it just got moved up.
That's a shame. But I agree with Rob. I think there might be more to that situation, unfortunately.
There's
You know
probably
what?
a lot more of that situation,
that we
but
don't know about.
But
Here's the
Rose,
problem as
of course,
wrestling fans.
handled it like a pro on TV and everything. Did what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do.
no, I respect her for that.
And I mean, and Roxy got
Apparently, she was really
but
upset by it.
still.
She was blindsided about the fact she got fired. She wasn't expecting it. Like they blindsided her with it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Let's face it, Mandy Rose made that women's division when when she took it over and did what she did through.
For a while there, she was like the only thing worth watching on NXT because it was so bad.
She has the best. She has great promos. She's great in the ring. Why are you making that face? You don't think so?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just scratching my nose.
I think to make you
No, she was good in the ring.
someone,
She got really good in the ring at the end. At first, she was a little bit of a clod, but then she got really good. Like she put in the work, and she got great.
I was very surprised when I first saw her. She's on the stupid the Diva show.
Right.
Okay, she's just going to be another pretty face. But then when I saw what she
You mean
did
Tough
with
Enough?
huh?
You mean Tough Enough?
Well, she was on Tough Enough, then she was on Total Diva. She was on both.
Yeah,
so.
I'm talking about Total Divas because when she was on Total Divas, you didn't see her at all on Raw or SmackDown. But then when Paige or Saraya Paige, whatever you want to call her, came in with her and Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
And she did that, and Rose hit that. It was kind of like was it a power bomb? I don't remember what it was, but
I think it was a power bomb.
Whatever she did, I was impressed. I'm like, okay, she can wrestle.
She actually had trained. Yeah, it was unlike Eva Marie. Oh, she's doing so great. She trained with Brian Kendrick. I watched her wrestle after that training. She still couldn't do shit in the ring.
Because she sucks. And the fact they even brought her back and talk about breaking her back again is a travesty.
That's Vince. That was Vince.
No, they're talking about breaking her back now.
What would they do with her? She's a clod in the ring. She's a useless garbage talent.
The only thing she did for briefly, and I feel bad for her, was giving Piper Nivens, putting Piper Nivens in that spot, a dewdrop, whatever, in that spot.
No, she's Piper Nivens. Fuck this shit. I'm done with. I think that's why she's on TV.
I want Piper Nivens back.
She's like the only female to go straight from NXT UK to the main roster. She's the only female to do it.
She should come back with Piper Niven's name.
Okay, I have to give props to someone who and Rod, because he watches it. Even Mike Bailey and you could go to sleep now, Chuck. Mike Bailey and Josh Alexander.
That match won Impact Match of the Year. That match was like 3 weeks ago, and that match won Impact Match of the Year. That's how good it was.
I'm gonna go take my piss break because Impact sucks.
But
pipe down, you hater.
For a minute, fuck you, because Mike Bailey is doing so. I mean, that dude has so many good matches. Not
Mike overrated Bailey. I'll be back.
Pipe down, hater. He won X Division Star of the Year. He won Match of the Year.
Yeah. I've watched match. I go on Mike Bailey's. I go on Speedball's Twitch. Go on Speedball's Twitch. He watches matches with the people in the Twitch feed. His own matches, other people's matches. He talks about the matches.
The dude's an incredible talent. The fact that Impact was able to get him once his visa issues finally cleared up was a steal.
And he's also married to Veda Scott.
Yeah,
she's awesome too.
Right?
But that Bailey is Speedball is one hell of a talent. And like I said, I've watched
right for him and Josh, man. That match was literally like 3-4 weeks ago, and then won Match of the Year. So what does that tell you?
They could have given. I mean, they could have given that to someone else, and it probably wouldn't have been as good, because I mean, this dude, he works his fucking ass off.
He does. That's why he was such a great X Division champion.
I agree. Rob?
You know what? I don't watch Impact, but I know the talent and I know they got talent. I'm not a hater like Chuck. I just don't have the time. But I would
That's
love to see that
understandable.
match.
That's
I watched
understandable.
him in a match against Lee Moriarty. That was it was an indie show, and holy shit! He also did a match again with Penta. Holy
And
shit!
and he also competes in GCW too.
I mean,
See, I have to
yes,
see this.
he's
I have
an
to catch
Impact
up on him.
talent that Chuck doesn't like. Chuck's not an Impact guy.
This is what you gotta learn. Don't ever listen to Chuck when it comes to Impact. You'll be just fine.
Seriously, because you know who Bailey fought? The guy I call Angry
it's still
Lion.
Impact Talk? All right, I'll be back.
Well, you have to come back because we're talking about a New Japan guy. What's the name of the guy he fought on?
You're more.
And he's on Excursion now, right?
Yeah, and that was a really good match too.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great match. And Bailey
Who did wrestle?
was.
I'm saying this right now.
Wait, who did Bailey wrestle from New Japan?
Current favorite finisher in all professional wrestling right now.
Who's?
Ultimate Weapon might be my second favorite current finisher in all professional wrestling right now.
Is that Mike Bailey's move?
Yeah.
And who from New Japan did he wrestle? I missed that part.
Angry Lion.
You're more.
Oh, Yamari. Okay. I'll just say Yamari.
That's what I know.
The only move right now I think I like better than freaking Mike Bailey's Ultimate Weapon is Soul Ruka's Soul Snatcher.
I'm gonna say that I love Wheeler Yuta seatbelt pin. That thing is awesome.
Rob, that link I sent you with that female doing that backflip, that's the Soul Snatcher. That's the move I'm talking about.
Yes. What company?
Did you guys see that? The
He's fucking
cutter?
phenomenal. The guy is phenomenal. Wheeler Yuta's phenomenal. I mean, you got a lot of these guys that are just fucking killing shit and people need to know about it.
Yeah.
I think people need to get rid of Impact. I think Impact needs to get.
Damn hater.
I feel like it's not a good company. It's never gonna be good.
You're a hater.
I want to give another indie company props. I always talk about CCW from Florida. I want to talk about just a quick shout out because I'm still learning about them. Canada's Crossbody Pro Wrestling.
I've heard good things.
I can't think of his name right now. There's this dude who the owner of Crossbody. He's on Twitch and he was in Bailey's Twitch feed and Bailey showed one of his matches that he did, and he does his own Twitch channel where he shows other people's matches. He actually showed a Bailey match, but yeah, he does the same thing where he's promoting other wrestlers' matches and talking about it.
That's actually pretty cool. I support that. That's cool though.
It's Big Ed, I think. Damn it. I have to. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'm going to do some research.
Yeah, I like the indie stuff. I wish I had more time and more availability to go to like indie stuff locally, but I don't got time.
Yeah.
I'm always doing stuff. I mean, I work. I got the bands.
There's a site called New York Pro Wrestling. Is it New York Pro Wrestling? Let me see. And it has basically all the indies in the area. That's what I've always used, but I got to stay up on it.
Yeah,
NewYorkProWrestling.com.
Like NY Pro Wrestling, or New York spelt out.
Oh, NY Pro Wrestling.
It's NY, like just that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at it.
It's something that I gotta really go. Last one I went to was Full Faith Wrestling, and that was awesome. It was it's basically I don't want to say it's a Christian organization because they just had all wrestling, but it was based off of an evangelistic message. Is me that hits me. But Matt Striker was there. He wrestled I don't even remember who he wrestled, but afterward he gave a testimony.
1 second. Sorry.
Yeah.
Big Ben. His name is Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Big Ben. Okay.
Go, Rob. Go.
So it was great because when I trained, Striker was Damian Dragons. They were boys. So we used to
Right.
do the ring crew and he would drive around and I would get to see them rehearse their matches. And this is before WWE. So I got to meet him, talk to him, but he gave his testimony on how he was going to kill himself. And he had just lost his father. And
Who
he
is
went,
this?
Matt Striker.
Right.
So he went to hang himself. And because he had left the window open the night before, the condensation came in. And when he went to go stand on the thing, I don't remember exactly what he said. I have it on tape, but either he slipped and fell or, he didn't hang himself. And then he realized what he was about to do. And, he testified how he cried out to God and how things had turned his life around. And now he had a daughter on the way. And this is 2 years ago. But it was really cool because you see him on TV, but you get the personal story. Zach Gowen was there. He was
Right.
wrestling. And so I got to talk to him later. I said, hey, I was a little kid in the ring, and he has the same last name as me too, which is kind of funny. But it was a really cool event. I was able to take the kids. That's what I like. I can bring my kids. But that was the last
Are they
event.
into it?
Yeah.
They like the wrestling? They're into the whole wrestling thing?
My younger one, my older one's not really, but it was just kind of an event for them.
That's still
And they
cool,
did
though.
it in Deer Park, NYWC Arena.
Oh, wow.
So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I definitely think I got to catch more indies this year.
I want to take my kid to a CCW match. Or even the Boca Raton or BRCW match. She'd get a kick out of both.
My niece isn't into wrestling, but when I'm watching New Japan, she gets into it because like she's like enamored with like Japanese culture. So that's about as much what as I get.
I
But I
won't
will
tell
say
you,
this though, my
but
main goal for 2023 is I'm gonna try to get to an AEW show and I want to go to an NWA show. Those are my
Well, you
main
were telling
goals.
me, Rod, that you want to get to every one this year, right? You want to get to one of
I
everything.
want to try to.
So, Rod, $1 million question: when are we going to Japan? When are we going to Roppongi? When are we going to Wrestle Kingdom? 2024
What?
question mark?
Well, what? Yeah. Once we hopefully we don't have to worry about like, oh, if we travel to certain countries, we might bring something back that we don't want to bring back.
Well, we'll have to do our recon, but we may have to do
That's for starters.
are we? You know what the three of us should do? We should pool our money together and get set for the fifth. If Jericho does a fifth one, I think the three of us should get go together and get a cabin and go to a Jericho cruise. If he
I'd be
does
with that.
I'd be down with that.
I'd be doing that.
And I mean, Rob, if you want in, come on in on this too.
I would love to go.
I think we should do this. I want to do it. I have not.
The cruises are super fun. No, you would have a blast, dude. No, you'd have a blast.
They haven't done it in a couple years, right?
They did the one in 2021. The fourth one's coming up. It's in February.
February, 4-leaf clover.
Yeah. I went to 2 and 3. I had a blast with both of them.
But maybe for like 2024.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see where the world takes us.
Yeah, because
Why not?
it'd be kind of late to try doing it now for next year, but 2024.
Well, they haven't even announced anything for a fifth one yet, and the 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying if they was.
Right. What they'll probably do is they'll probably announce it on the next one next month.
I just want to also shout out to like the wrestlers who doing like Twitch. Like, I mean, we know Chugs, Adam Cole, Jessica Havoc. I was in hers a little earlier. She does one like every day.
I know Zicky Dice does it.
And through Jessica Havoc, I also met the guy who does her theme song, Stefan, who's in the band Full and Deity. That he does the theme for her, the theme for the Demon Dolls. He does her Twitch stuff. He's metal dude.
You know who's on Twitch? I really got to start following the Hexes.
Oh, they're still. They're on Twitch?
Yeah. Well,
Sabian's on Twitch.
Sienna has one, and Marty's on there a lot. So.
All right. Colt's on there. Colt Cabana. Marty the Moth asked me about us.
We should try to get Marty Moth on here.
I don't know, but I'll talk. I mean,
it's highly unlikely. I'm being wishful here.
I don't know, but like, cause I
Can you
was.
imagine though if we got Marty on here? That would be our viewership.
he said to me, well, not to me. He said someone asked him in the room, like, what are you proud of this year? And then he asked the same question to people in the room, and I told him, my kid and getting a podcast episode. So he's like, what's your podcast about? And I was honest. I said, Attention Wrestling Disorder. We're with my friends. We're three idiots who have ADD and love talking wrestling.
That's the best description ever of us.
And he didn't respond after that.
What a dick.
But it's dick. True.
Yeah, come after me, Marty the Moth. I'm calling you a dick for that. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm kidding. No,
I still love you, Marty the Moth.
He's cool. He probably.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm kidding.
He's got a lot of things going on, but no, I was honest. I said, but
you know who was a Marty the Moth mark? Frank Lamia. Frank Lamia is a Marty the Moth mark.
That does not surprise me whatsoever.
Wait a minute. Is Frank Lamia who I think he is?
The one that we had on the show, yes.
Yes, the one that was saying those comments about Nyla and Sonny.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Next,
him.
I don't. No, thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you.
But I do want to
shout
out
Queen's
Hammerstone though.
What?
I do want to shout out Hammerstone because out of everybody who I always thank on Instagram for my fantasy points, he's always the one that likes it every time I thank him for it.
That's awesome. That they acknowledge.
And Zoe Stark too, because she's actually the first official wrestler who actually in person thanked me for having them on my fantasy team. So
look at Rod getting all the wrestling attention because he has a fantasy league.
But yeah,
Rod's like a pig in shit over this.
Because it's a great fantasy league. That's why.
You know what though? I'm gonna do next season. I'm drafting Brian Idol. So when he loses and fucks up, I can yell him.
He's Mercurio. But yeah, and seriously, and Ryan, I hope you do come across this. If he loses, you have to give him so much shit for costing you points.
That's right. Or I'll remind him of the time that Adam bitched out about his sound check on the drums.
If the league was going right now, you would have hated having him on his team this week because he lost to Clearwater in a TV title match.
Clearwater wins matches?
Yeah, he's a TV champion right now.
I actually know this, that Clearwater is the TV champion over there.
Yeah, he beat AJ Cassandra at the last pay-per-view to win the vacated title.
I've never seen Jordan Clearwater win a match.
Well, you have to watch AWA more because he won like 2 of them on Tuesday.
I feel bad. I
got to watch more NWA. That I like.
And especially after with the thing with Aldis, I don't know. I've been on the fence to watch it.
Anybody else feel like there's a good chance he might show up in the Rumble this year? Next year, excuse me.
You mean like in 3 weeks?
This is the first Triple H Rumble. You're going to see a lot of people probably.
People are going to come
probably
back.
Going to try and make a splash.
I think that's where
not just old timers either.
I think that's where you're going to see a lot of people that are like coming up on contracts that can do it. Even if they don't sign, if they're up on contracts, they're going to come back even for that. Even if it's just a one-off, they'll be back. That's why
you respect people in the indies because the guys from the indies are the guys that you're seeing in NXT.
Oh yeah,
the guy. What's Tony D'Angelo's guy's name?
Stacks,
right?
Yeah, Jake Turner from CCW.
Okay.
What's the Jay? I can't remember. Jay from Impact. What's her face's?
Rob, they got me lost on this one. No Impact for me.
Of the diva.
Wait,
Giselle Shaw?
Giselle Shaw, the guy who's with her.
I don't know who these people are, Rob. I don't watch Impact.
Oh, you're talking about Jay Vidal. Listen, you're talking about Jay Vidal.
Green is like a sports almanac. He's got Google in here when it comes to wrestling and
Rod,
sports.
Yeah, we know.
So he'll do it.
Man. Or I think, he's a Florida guy, but I know he's done a lot with CCW.
The same with AEW when you watch Dark and Dark Elevation.
Point I'm making is you got to watch these guys because they're going to be the guys you're going to talk about in the next couple of years or even now.
Yeah. This is why I'm glad Vince is going, Mr. I don't want to freaking bring in indie guys.
Look at all the guys. No, majority of them are indie guys.
Fire Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, exactly.
Fire Tyler Black.
Moxley.
Not gonna happen. Tyler Black,
Moxley's
Seth
amazing.
Rollins is like the best thing WWE has right now.
Exactly, but if you're gonna make
Right.
a comment like that,
I
fire
agree.
your top guys.
Well, this is why it was good that Vince is gone now.
Exactly, but yeah, I mean, when people make stupid statements like that,
That's what they do. Because people are stupid. Exactly, you said it. They're stupid. They got brains of a walnut.
they do.
These fans have like brains the size of a walnut. They're idiots. Oh, fire the indie guys. I like my entertainment. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I know wrestling's supposed to be entertaining. Again, I love WWE. It's an entertainment company, and some of that is entertaining, but some of it
you still have to be able to go in there, though.
Right. That's the point.
I don't care. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care what you came from. If you're fucking good, you're fucking good.
Well, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
If you're a good wrestler, that's how it should be.
You got to start somewhere. Not everybody's going to start in the same place.
That's it. You gotta.
And my thing is this, though, WWE, they gotta stop calling people up too soon. And the perfect example is Lacey Evans. She got called up way too soon, and it shows.
Well, yeah, I mean, Lacey was doing all right for a little bit, but now I feel like they're just.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like maybe like as far as like the company being behind her, but her in-ring skills are horrible.
No,
I mean, she's no
gotten pretty good,
but she ain't good either.
She's
not the best, but she's not terrible.
She's better.
She's worse.
But I feel like, okay, she's been doing these promos now, but we're not seeing her on TV.
Because I feel like the problem with Lacey Evans, unfortunately, is that they went in one direction with her under the Vince regime, and then like Triple H came and didn't like it. It's like let's kind of redo it the way this should have been done initially. And now they're backtracking on all that.
But no, they're doing, they're doing a promo based on her military background. What they should be doing is the one that got her in the door in the first place. The what was it? What is it with the ultimate
classic Southern Belle?
The Southern Belle?
That is what she was doing in the in the Mae Young Classic. Bring her back that way.
I liked her as a Southern Belle. I liked that. That was fun. Yeah, I think they're trying to get more.
It's really sad that the two Mae Young Classic winners are not even with the company anymore.
It's true.
Well, Kyrie just won a major belt in Japan.
Yeah, she's the IWGP Women's Champion.
Yes, and Tony was amazing champion up until a couple months ago.
When came up, it was terrible. That they just ruined her in 3 weeks on SmackDown.
Yeah,
the whole Charlotte Flair stuff.
But that was stupid. And apparently, had that whole like pie in the face thing not happen, the other thing was they were gonna have Charlotte strip her pretty much naked. That was the alternative.
Yeah, that's what they were going to do.
That was the
alternative. Tony Storm was like,
the whole pie thing.
Whatever. I mean, Tony Storm didn't want to do it, but at the position, she was like, she said fine, but they ended up doing the pie in the face, and
she walked out. Before walking out was a huge thing.
But she didn't mind the pie in the face. That's what she said in the interview.
Yeah, because did you hear what the alternative was? It was either that or Charlotte was pretty much like stripping naked.
She talked about it on AEW Unrestricted. I do know what it was.
That was the alternative. So, of course, I'd rather get a pie in the face and get stripped naked.
Yeah, of course. But she, regardless, she didn't hate it after it happened. I mean, you got to listen to the interview that she did on AEW Unrestricted.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I mean, even before that, I knew she gave an interview with Wrestling Inc. about it.
Well, did you hear what she said about the guy pissing in a cup on the airplane next to her?
Oh, jeez.
She got into a
rant. That surprised me.
That happened right before, she did the interview with Unrestricted.
That's funny.
Yeah. They weren't even. It was JetBlue flight, I think they were talking about, and she said they didn't even. Oh, someone finally said something about it, and the guy got arrested. But
oh, jeez.
But he got away with it for a bit.
Wow. Oh boy.
And yeah, she was like, she was talking about that for part of the interview because she was like traumatized by it.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I don't want people to like pee on, like be
Right?
near me. I don't want I don't want your piss on my arm.
True. That dude that did it, lucky that freaking Juice Robinson was on there because Juice would have whooped that dude's ass.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if Juice Robinson goes. Actually, no. Well, she's in AEW. Never mind. I was thinking like backwards for a second. Like maybe he'll go there, but no. I think he's gonna eventually sign with AEW.
What's her name in WWE?
What happened?
Mia Yin's in WWE, and Keith Lee's still signed to AEW. So
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I thought you signed with AEW already.
Did he officially sign? I don't think he signed. I know he had the
I don't
match.
think he did either. Otherwise, he'd see him more.
He's still in Bullet Club.
Or you'd probably get the Juice Robinson is all elite graphic on Twitter or something.
Yeah,
I think I saw it. I gotta go back and check, but I could have swore I saw it.
I don't think Juice Robinson's on. I think he's still technically signed to New Japan. I think with the working relationship, he's just doing that.
Okay, I don't.
Oh no! Apparently he did.
These guys go as long as they're represented properly, and
Oh
they
no!
get...
Apparently no. Apparently he did sign, and he's apparently still signed to New Japan. Apparently he's technically signed to both.
Okay. Well, if he goes to AEW, then he has to be used properly in AEW.
Hey, that's good for him.
I mean, he did get a television title match like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, one match. But let's put him in a program, you know.
If he's still working with New Japan, they're probably gonna just use him in spots so they can have him full time.
Yeah, he'll probably
Like what they did, kind of like what they're doing with Bandito until they get the Ring of Honor TV show going.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see a lot of these guys on Dark, and they start storylines like the Matt Hardy Private Party thing with Ethan Page. But as long as it crosses over to the other shows, that's when you know, okay, they're doing
like
something.
How the SAP got together.
Yeah, that is. SAP again. That was that's Spanish announced project with Angelico,
Luther and
Serpentico, yeah. So I mean, if that's just an example of how the fans influence shit too.
Right, I agree.
But I'm just saying, man, I don't care where at this point.
I take this notion people act like, oh, like they're too good to wrestle on Dark or Dark Elevation. Like Booker T, like, oh, if I was AEW, I wouldn't wrestle on Dark Elevation. If Kenny Omega and John Moxley could wrestle on Dark or Dark Elevation, what makes you think you could get away with not doing it if you was there?
If you want my opinion,
Kenny Omega won the match. He put over a talent. Well, he won the match, but he really made that dude from Japan look awesome.
If you watch any Kenny Omega match, he makes guys look great in the ring.
And it doesn't matter where the fuck you wrestle.
He really made Angels a star that one match they had.
It doesn't matter where the fuck he wrestles, man.
Yeah.
But that's another way to get people to watch Dark. And
exactly.
But
have a big
again,
I do think they should actually. What I think they should
go on there. You don't have to do it every week, but like once in a while, have a big name like that on there.
What I think they should do actually is
a lot of Ricky Stark's wins came from freaking Dark and Dark Elevation.
All of his wins came from there. No, I'm kidding. No, what was I gonna say? Actually, what I think they should do is keep Dark and shit kid Elevation to make Elevation like a Ring of Honor inspired show and make that all Ring of Honor based to build up a TV deal.
A lot of outside of the world and TV title, all the other titles are usually defended on Dark Elevation for Ring of Honor. So
right, that's why I'm saying make it a Ring of Honor show and make it built around Ring of Honor and not AEW.
Shout out to Jackal Stevens. I'm wearing his shirt right now. Jackal Stevens, CCW. Anyway, go on. Ring of Honor.
I'm just saying, like, they should make that a Ring of Honor show in the interims because they already have it defended on Elevation anyway. Make it the Ring of Honor show because right now you just make it look like, oh, Ring of Honor is just an extension of AEW, and it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, but also I feel like they're putting a lot of Ring of Honor guys in AEW stories. So, like, if you take Joe out of an AEW story, well, then again, I'm sure you'll have.
I think Joe's is going to be considered an AEW guy, though.
Separate them. is the
Well,
question.
Joe's lucky because being holding a championship from each brand, he gets, he's going to be getting maximum TV time.
Right.
He's the king of television. Brilliant, by the way.
Well,
King
he is.
Yeah. He is the glorified television champion.
And only the second double-double champion in AEW history.
Right.
Roster for Ring of Honor? Do they have like a roster? Do they have an official roster for Ring of
Not
Honor?
officially.
Not really. It's because what they did.
You have multiple champions. You have 2 sets of 3 of trios and a 6-man champion on like the same show. So it'd be nice.
Like that battle royal last week. You can really build on both the trios and ROH 6-man tag titles with all those teams you had in that trios battle royal.
Actually, yeah. Now that whatever they're called, Brian Cage and the 2 guys.
The Embassy.
Oh, the Embassy.
Well, are they called the Embassy? Don't they have their own name?
Well, the 2 guys at the Gates of Agnes, but together they're the Embassy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Embassy. Yeah, the team has its own name. The Embassy is the faction.
Yeah. There's a team back to CCW. There's a team that kind of reminds me of those 2 guys from the Embassy. They're called the Crown.
Oh, wow. And this is Khan's now official second reign as Ring of Honor 6-man tag champion.
They're a group to watch out for, the Crown. Anyway, with a Q. Anyway, what were you saying? Who's second reign?
This is Khan's second reign as Ring of Honor 6-man tag champion.
True. Yeah, I'm surprised that they separated Khan from Shane, since he's kind of in the mix.
Right.
And apparently, I heard like JD and Shane, they made up with Keith, so you gotta look out for that when Keith comes back.
Right.
You think? But what happened to the association with? What happened to the other guy who was in Shane Taylor Promotions? The guy who's
Moses.
I'm trying to remember who it was.
You talking about Moses, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because to me, why didn't you just bring them back together? Well, I get it, because you want to do the Gates of Agony thing, whatever, but
yeah. Yep.
The current lineup of Shane Taylor Promotions is the other guy, was he in it like in an original version of it?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Kind of like how Chris Bay was in Shane Taylor Promotions at one point before he got signed to Impact.
Well, I know Keith Lee was in a version of it too.
Well, no, like when they were together, it was before Shane Taylor had Shane Taylor Promotions, so they were the Pretty Boy Killers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was like pre that.
Champions too, weren't they?
They was going to get a title shot, but then Keith signed with WWE, so.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see that.
I'm sure now that they made up, and after what happened to Keith, yeah, I'm sure that's coming down the line.
Oh, they made up. Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck,
what's up?
They made up.
Right. They made up.
Yeah,
It's wrestling, please.
Wrestling, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Fine, I'll be the fan. Yeah, they made whatever. I don't know. I see things the way I see things. Rob, you're way too quiet. It's bothering me. And I can't hear a damn thing you're saying.
No, I'm just listening in.
Hey,
I'm not as familiar with these guys.
He's the guest. He should be talking.
Well, so let's include Rob in on a conversation that he is knowledgeable to. I got a fun one. I think we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna redirect. We're gonna do something we've never done before.
Okay.
We're gonna touch on the friendship of Rod and Rob.
Okay.
I knew this was gonna come up at some point.
I want to hear the stories. Rob, I want the floor for you. I want you to tell the stories.
No, I mean, they're real best friends, but
They are the
outside
real best friends.
best friends.
I want to hear the stories from Rob. I want to hear the dirt on Rod over life.
Can you please retell the prom story?
Prom
I mean,
story. The prom
can't-
story is one of my favorite stories of all time. So it was me, my buddy Billy, and we both had our girlfriends at the time, and Rodriguez. We were all taking the limo to the prom together. And so what happened was Billy and I think her name was Jackie. They went to their houses, their parents, and then we went to myself and my the girlfriend I was dating at the time. We went to our houses. The parents came, took pictures, blah blah blah. The last stop was Rodriguez, right? And we just knew it was Rodriguez at the time. So we go up to Rodriguez's house. His mom's out there. I don't know if your sister was out there, but out of nowhere, his mom starts talking about, okay, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna go to your date's house and then come back? And we were all kind of looked at each other like, date? What is he talking about? And then the limo driver came back and was like, I don't have another house on the stop. He was a little aggravated. And so he kind of been like, Rod, what are you talking about? What are you doing? And it's like, it's all right, it's fine. It's like, what do you mean it's fine? It's like, don't worry about it. It's fine, it's fine. And so he's like, okay, we're gonna go to pick up my date and we'll be back to take pictures. And then so he left and he's like, told the limo driver, no, just go to the prom. And we're like, what's going on?
Hey, let
And
me
he's-
tell you, that was a great night. One of the greatest nights of my life, I'll tell you.
By
He
the
said,
way,
I told, go ahead.
did Rob K just kayfabe big reveal Rod?
He may have.
I think
Rod.
he did.
So what happened was he's like, don't worry
What-
about it. I
who's this
told my
Rodriguez
mom,
guy? Who's this Rodriguez guy?
oh, the hot rod.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, someone just
My
got big
bad.
revealed because I
My
didn't
bad.
even know that. I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay.
I knew that. I just never said anything.
Okay. So Rod said I told my mom that I had a date because I didn't want her to make her feel bad. But she'll be fine because I'm gonna come home with the prom king, the prom king trophy or whatever it was. We were
crown.
Which I
hysterical.
did.
We were hysterical because that was the most hot rod thing that
I
ever
wasn't
was.
lying. I did it.
And
I
he
did.
went and he got it was probably unanimous, who knows? But he got the prom king. He came home with, I think would you have a medal too?
Yeah.
They gave him a medal.
Jeez.
So it's just that's him
Rob,
in a nutshell.
Tell him.
What has Rod ever deserved a medal in anything his entire life? No, I'm kidding.
Sit down, hater.
I agree.
Ryan, Rob, you forgot the best part of the story.
What was that?
Tell her what happened when I won.
When you won. Oh, did you do an
What-
entrance?
What I had the DJ do when I won.
Oh, you know what? My mind it fails me at times, but he probably did Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So he had the Sexy Boy music playing and did his whole entrance and everything, which was common for Rod in high school, which is great. If you knew him, if you were there, it couldn't have happened any other way.
I was legit blew the roof off the place when I did that.
Apparently, Rod was the cool kid in high school.
He was the hot rod.
But didn't you expect him to come out to Cena's music?
Well, Cena
that
wasn't
time,
even
no.
around when I was in high school. So.
Because you're an old man, Rod.
Yeah.
Now, hater.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait.
Cena
Yes, he-
didn't come till like 2002. I won prom king, graduated in 2000. So I'm
Yeah,
still
high
Still
2
in
years
middle
away
school in
from
2000.
Cena.
God, I feel young.
In high school, we had our own federations. We had the Warzone Revolution. That was me and Rod's. We had the Jerichoholics United. We would
my
take the
God,
titles and we
remember
would
the
walk
cage
around with
matches
it.
in the locker room.
Oh man, there was one time I turned the corner and it was like, one faction faced off with the next. We might have had like 15 people brawling in the hallway just for fun. I had some kid jump on my back and hold me back because I used to carry all my books with me at the same time. So he's like hanging on me. I didn't even know who he was and why he was involved. And somebody else whacked him. It was just wild. We had those fun times. And then we had I don't know if it was like a 24/7 title or something. But I remember-
Wrestling gangs?
Yes, in high school. That's why I went to school. That's what got me up in the morning.
Wrestling? Well,
I wish Massapequa had that. Massapequa now too obnoxious for that.
what would have been cool if we did that at Southside High School?
Massapequa High School, that would never have flown.
Group. Oh,
But-
they would not have. They would not have tolerated any that stuff in my high school.
But had we had
We would have
gone to
been like the
Farmingdale High School and
NWO,
pulled that
too.
shit, they would have loved it.
We would have been the NWO.
Yeah, we had the
I
NWO.
would have.
No, we had the Thug World Order. So you know, yeah, it was the Thug World Order. They came in as the NWO. It was pretty fun. You know what? I'll tell you another story about Rodriguez because I met Rodriguez. Actually, we went to school when we were kids, but we didn't know each other. We were in classrooms across from each other in like 3rd grade in Wyandanch. And I didn't meet him again until 6th grade, but I thought he was just a weird kid. You know, everybody didn't catch on, warm up to Rod yet. So he was like, oh, you know, my friends were like, oh, that kid is weird. I was like, all right, cool, that kid is weird. But it wasn't until 8th grade, we were in the homeroom again, and he liked wrestling and he liked Yankees. I'm like, all right, you're my new best friend. And, you know, and the rest is history. But in 8th grade, we had a visual arts class. And this is another battle royal where literally the entire classroom, but maybe 3 people got into it, probably instigated by Rod. I remember this one girl was pulling people off the table because people were on tables with her umbrella. And Rodriguez probably threw a garbage can. Something happened, but everybody was wrestling in this class. It's the most wild thing I've ever heard.
How is
Yeah.
Rod not like suspended for instigating a Royal Rumble?
Because the teacher had stepped out, and by the time she came in, we probably cleaned it all up. But listen to this. There was what day was it? Was it Valentine's Day, Rod? Which
He's got his mic off. Give him a second.
so it was a holiday, right? And I'm sitting there working on my project. I remember the specific project, and I
Oh,
remember
no, it was Valentine's Day. Yeah, I know where you're
What
going.
was
This
it?
was
Valentine's Day Massacre too?
pretty much. So I'm sitting there, and the way that the classroom, it's, you know, it's a square, but it has a little hallway to get into it. And so I'm sitting there where I can't see the entrance, just the actual square. My back to the wall, and out of nowhere, a chair goes flying through the air, and it just lands. Nobody's moved. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And then my friends are just like, you know, oh, Rodriguez just threw a chair in the room. I'm like, what the hell?
Because what happened was the art teacher hated me, so she like, oh, this is my Valentine's Day present to myself. So she takes me, grabs a chair, puts it outside. She's like, you're sitting out here this whole period. I'm like, I didn't even do nothing.
He just showed up, and she's like, nope, you're outside. And so he took
like,
the chair and threw it in the room.
She's like, this is my Valentine's Day present to myself. So
Forget about backyard wrestling. Now you got like in
So
school.
then I took the chair. I'm like, you know, you're not gonna have me sitting out here when I didn't even do nothing. So I took the chair and I threw it right back in the class. I made sure I didn't hit no one, but I threw it right back in the class.
Did you guys have an amateur wrestling team in high school? If he was in it, he'd probably do like wrestling and pyro.
I would have.
Kicking pyro to the ring.
I still got pictures of that because I've wrestled my whole entire life. So I was on the wrestling team, you know, since I went to Deer Park. And one of the years he actually did wrestle when on the JV team.
Yeah, like my senior
So it was fun. Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't come in as your hype man for any of your matches. Bringing you to
expected him to. It was fun.
I would have swore that.
It was fun times. Yeah, that same class. We were locked out because the teacher wasn't there.
That Royal Rumble got started was great. Even some of the females got involved.
Yeah.
I remember this one female, she had this umbrella. She was like beating people with it.
Don't know why. It just happened. We were locked out of class one day. The teacher was late, and he's like, "I'll help you out."
The super kick her around the world story. I love it.
Yeah. So we were locked out of class, so he's like, "I got this." Tunes up the band. Super kicks the door, breaks the lock open. The teacher comes like, what's happened? And Rodriguez says, you should be thanking me. I got your class out of the hallway. The definition of degenerate right there.
And Rod has the balls to call us degenerates.
We're degenerates? Really, Rod?
But I'm a degenerate, Rod.
Did he get like detention for that?
He went to the principal's office.
Oh.
I got warning for it because I did actually do a good thing. I mean, we would have been stuck outside the whole. Was it because the custodian never showed up?
The time we got to high school, they were kind of used to who Rod was.
Am I now the only one? I mean, you saw it visually, but like, am I the only one now actually literally picturing Rod like leaning up against like a locker, like doing sweet chin music, getting ready to kick a door open?
It was great. I was like, okay,
I'm
now
actually-
we all, I was like, now we all can go in. I say, now we all can go in.
I'm now envisioning this because
If anything, the other kid should be pissed at Rod, not the teacher.
right.
For you, we have to go to class.
Oh yeah, you want to be stuck in the hallway for like for like freaking 40-something minutes? No, thank you. That's more boring than going into art class.
Oh, art class? Oh, that's different.
Yeah, art class.
Art class was
I'd rather
terrible.
be in the hallway than go to a math class. I'll tell you that right
I was
now.
an artist, so I liked
Right.
art class. And then in high school, what he would do is the teachers would
neither,
invite
like-
him into class and he'd do wrestling impersonations. It's called
Oh,
electrifying.
yeah,
So it was either the teacher loved him and it's like, come on in, we're gonna stop the lesson for a minute to watch Rodriguez do Shawn Michaels, or they kick him out.
yeah. Hey, I think I still hold the record for the most classes electrified in one day with like 30-something classes. It was literally my senior year. It was like the day before Christmas break. I was like, you know what? It's the last day before Christmas break. Yeah, I'm going all out, and I definitely did go all out.
Would you just go to every class and start shit?
Yeah, I went in there, you know, like had the rock music playing, Stone Cold, Triple H with the water bottle. It was great.
If you really want entertainment in his school, you should have just put a TV in front of him with Brock Lesnar winning matches or something.
Yeah, okay. Well, first off, Brock wasn't even around then, but okay.
2002, you said. Oh, 2000.
No, 2000. So like a Triple H match, something. No, but let's ask. So let's ask Rob the bigger question.
Okay.
So Rob, you're watching a sports game with Rod. What's more entertaining, the game itself or watching Rod watch the game?
Irritating at all. We go at it. You see, that's the most fun is when you're watching a game together. You have to be opposite. So he's a Jets fan, I got to go against whoever's on the Jets, vice versa, the Knicks fan. But then at the time, the Jaguars, I'm a huge Jags fan. The Jags were good, and
Right.
So it was just the Jags. Our other friend was a Titans fan. So, and then, Rod's stepbrother was a Bills fan. And so you
Oh,
got the,
Oh,
man, what was that? The Miracle,
Music City Miracle.
Music City Miracle, man, books were thrown off the shelf. The whole apartment was just torn up.
Oh,
We go at it. I remember the Jags.
Speaking of going against Rod, the greatest hockey team.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Hurricanes fan. So as crazy as Rod was watching sports, I was just the same. I'm not like that now, a little bit more mellow. You ask my kids, they would say I'm not. That's not true, but
I can't see you doing that.
we would go at it, man. Listen, we play board games and we'd have championship belts for it. We took competition to a new level.
In high school when I played checkers, but I was the only one who wanted that. No one, everyone else was like. But
That's funny.
that was like middle school, whatever. Anyway, didn't you say that Rod
Let's go Islanders.
of one of your shows for reacting to a game? Chuck,
What happened?
didn't you say the time that Rod like collapsed on the floor because he was pissed off?
Okay, I'm gonna leave this hat on for this story. This is the perfect tell story with this hat on. So we went to Miller's Ale House to watch Game 5 of the 2014 Stanley Cup Finals, and it was Game 5, and there was like the place was packed, and there was nowhere to sit, so we were just kind of drinking, watching the game, and the Kings win. Rod falls on the ground, just lays there like he's been like shot or something. And the security guy goes, "You gotta get out of here. You gotta get up. You gotta get out of here. You can't lay on the ground like this."
Fucking hate ass bastard.
I was just mad because his Rangers had lost in Game 5.
Yeah, that's
You would have been pissed too. Dallas would have lost the
Which
Stanley
one
Cup
of us
Finals.
almost broke a TV because Vince McMahon won the Royal Rumble? I was that guy, guilty. I was at a friend's house. They're like, "Jay, what's wrong with you?"
Oh, Rob, remember
What do
the
you
98
mean?
Rumble in the middle of Deer Park Avenue?
I was going there, but I didn't want to go there. What was that? Something with the Undertaker. The buried. I don't know what happened. It was the Undertaker. The casket. Rodriguez lost it. Just losing his mind. Ran out the house. Just Deer Park Avenue. Just lost it.
What happened?
It
Was there a
was
live match?
It was the most epic rage quit of a pay-per-view I've ever seen.
The casket match. When Kane set the casket on fire.
Oh, right.
Oh, I was livid about that.
Oh, another fun. I have my own Rod story about Rod losing his shit over a sports game. It was the
Okay.
Super Bowl one year where the Patriots won. We were at our friend's house.
Oh God!
runs out of the house and runs around the block in rage because the Patriots won the fucking Super Bowl.
That was the infamous when
But I
the
would have
Falcons
taken
blew
out the
that
block.
28-3 lead. That's when the Falcons blew that 28-3 lead.
Oh,
Did you lock him out of the house?
It wasn't my house.
I don't care. You should have locked him.
I would have. He probably would have been fine with that because he was so angry. I also watched Rod in the when my buddy Derek worked at Great South Bay Brewery. We were hanging out one day at the brewery drinking. And I watched Rod freaking out and crying over women's soccer. I'm like, Rod, it's women's soccer. Relax.
Yes. Well, my team, yeah, that game was tight, but then they got the game tying goal, then they won the championship in the shootout. So very proud of my girls.
There was also
Not
that
for
time in
nothing, you
Farmingdale
guys
during
were
that
there
Knicks
for that.
game. There was also that time at that bar in Farmingdale when we were watching the Knicks game and you go fall down on your knees because the Knicks lost at the very tail second.
I remember that my boy was there. Maurice was DJing that night. Rob knows what I'm talking about.
I will say this though,
Yeah.
that and you guys knew about this. It just never happened. Had Goldberg beat Drew McIntyre that time for the title, you know that I would have broken my TV.
Oh, you talk about the Rumble?
Yeah, was it the Rumble? When
Yeah,
McIntyre was defending his
2021
title
Rumble.
against Goldberg.
Yeah, it's 2021 Rumble.
Had Goldberg won, I would have lost a TV.
I forget what I was watching, but I broke like 3 Nintendo 64 controllers one time watching wrestling. I was so mad. Because it was the closest thing to me. I was so mad. Well, actually playing WCW Revenge actually got me a number of broken controllers too.
It's how?
Like No Mercy, just losing games and like losing to friends. Just so many broken controllers over those games.
Do you have them?
A lot of broken controllers growing up.
No, I still have the games. I threw the controllers out, but you know,
Oh man, you should have saved the controllers.
if I had them, I would show them. I don't.
Actually, controllers are pretty durable for as abused as they get. I'm surprised I didn't break many more.
I had a clear one. Half the thing shattered. I was still able to use it, but like the damn thing shattered. The reason I finally got rid of it was because the joystick broke off on it. So I want to make a point to you, gentlemen. So these things are durable as fuck too. This is an iPhone 8. My case broke. I never replaced it. The screen protector broke. Never replaced it. Because I'm trying to run this phone to its course because I need a new phone. I've dropped this thing off like my kitchen counter. Nothing. This thing is still in working order. It's ridiculous.
I wonder when it's time for me to get an update. I mean, I have an Android.
Oh, I'm due. I'm just being cheap about it.
Yeah, I mean, is it expensive if you want to upgrade?
Phones are expensive, homie.
Yeah, I thought
expensive, but if you couple it with a plan,
That's why I'm putting
everybody
off.
wants you
That's
to
why
get
I'm putting it off.
their
That's why I'm
plan.
letting it run its last
I have
legs.
a plan right now, so
That's why I'm letting it
in
run
here
its
and get this
course.
phone for
Well,
free.
I keep telling you, man, you need to use that VTG discount.
Okay, Rod, that's not real, please.
the what discount? The what discount?
The VTG, the Vinny the Guido discount. We all know that's not a real
Oh,
discount.
yeah.
We all know that's not a real discount, Rod. We all know that's fake.
I will try it. It might work.
No, it's not real. I know that. I've tried it. It's not real. I've tried it. It's not real.
I know Vinny the Guido, and they'll probably get you.
That's about no. That deal is about as real as Sasha Banks' weave. All right.
Oh,
I mean, I think we
I
should.
love
probably
Sasha Banks.
say
I'm just
we're
saying,
actually
but you know
friends
that that's
with
not
the
all
guy.
of her hair.
We're
I'm
actually
just saying a lot of the hair is like fake. That's all I'm saying. I'm not hating on Sasha Banks. I love Sasha Banks.
What do you think she's gonna turn up? Do you think she's going to AEW as Paige's partner? Paige, Soraya.
I heard we could actually get both depending on timing because that's supposed to be on Wednesday, right?
Soraya.
His name's Soraya. I like that name.
Well, here's the thing.
The 11th. That's January 11th in LA, in Los Angeles.
Oh, that's
That's
the week
before.
after. I was gonna say because Wednesday's Wrestle Kingdom. I was saying that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to ask that because the heavy rumor is she's gonna be at Wrestle Kingdom. She's gonna be
It's in the
Kyrie's
morning,
ex-opponent.
though, right? It's in the
What?
morning.
Oh yeah,
Like
no.
early in the morning. You know how New Japan shows are if it's not strong.
When
Well, you guys
is,
got to remember that
when is Wrestle Kingdom?
the 4th. It's January. This Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's January 4th.
Well,
It's January 4th every year.
I'm gonna
That's it, right?
watch Dynamite, take a little nap, and then wake up in time to watch Wrestle Kingdom.
Well, no, it's before it because it's it airs like at 3 a.m. and like that morning. It's before Dynamite.
But it's the 4th and the 5th, right?
Okay, yeah, that's right. You're right.
I think they're doing the
So
4th
what I meant
is
to
Wrestle
say
Kingdom
was,
and it's
I'm
just
gonna
Dash.
watch
I'm going to tell you
NXT.
they're doing it different this year. I think there's like a day or two in between. So I'll tell you. Hang on.
Okay. Because last
I know
year
they tweaked it, so let me get the rundown so I can explain it proper.
There wasn't last year the Noah invasion or no?
The third night was
Was it Noah or was it another company?
It was Noah. Because Rene Dupree was supposed to be in it, but because of travel, he couldn't be there.
Right.
So the 4th is Wrestle Kingdom, the 5th is Dash, and night 2 is that and then they're doing the second night on the 21st of January.
What?
Yeah, they're really
It's
spacing out
weird.
Wrestle Kingdom. That's weird.
That
It is weird.
Why would you spread it out that far?
I don't know, but that's how they have it advertised. That's what I knew it was something weird like that. That's why I wanted to double check it. Because originally I thought it was the 7th, but I think it's actually the 21st. Because last year,
2-hour mark. What do we want to do?
What have we not hit? I feel like we hit the Wrestle Kingdom stuff a little bit. We didn't go like into detail, but like we definitely
We talked about the Mandy situation. We talked about the Dragon Lee.
Jay White versus Okada.
That's going to be a good match. The rumor mill is he's going to be in the Royal Rumble, so I have a feeling I wouldn't be shocked as much as I don't want it to happen.
Unless Triple H is making some kind of deal, and maybe that's the reason why Carl's been allowed to stay champion and stuff. That's the only way I can see Jay White being in the Rumble.
Well, not even that, but people don't realize that a lot of times, like New Japan does their deals based around Wrestle Kingdom, so like a lot of those contracts end around that same time. That's why, like, if you notice, like Omega, the Bucks, and all them, like all their contracts were up at Wrestle Kingdom. That's why, like, all their Ring of Honor deals were up, and then they wrestled Wrestle Kingdom because those last deals were up, and those were the last dates on their deals.
You remember what people thought, though? Remember
last year everybody thought that freaking it was coming to WWE in 2021.
Yeah, they thought that Jay White was retiring after he lost to what the hell's his name?
Right.
Golden Lovers.
Ibushi, yeah.
Ibushi. Remember, and then he did this whole promo about quitting, and then
because his contract was up, so he worked them, and then he renewed.
Yeah, he worked them big time.
Yeah, then he renewed. But I think he only signed a year deal. I don't know, but a lot of times they go year. Like a lot of the New Japan deals are a lot different than WWE deals. Like they do like a year, a clip, and then they just renew every year.
Well, I mean, he's been very loyal. I mean, they really New Japan has done a lot for his career.
Well, he started there. He was a young lion. When he did his run in Ring of Honor, that was his excursion for New Japan. People don't realize that. What he was doing, Seek and Destroy or Search and Destroy with Jonathan Gresham and the Motor City Machine Guns, that was his excursion. He was under New Japan contract at the time.
It's weird that Shelley was the only member that never became a world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. You mean in general or of a specific brand?
I think in general. I think in general.
Yeah. He's never been a champion anywhere?
I mean,
has he ever even had a singles title?
Like major promotions. He's never held the world title in a major promotion.
Has he ever won a singles title? Because I've only seen him in like tag teams, really.
I don't think he has.
He's a pro. He was an X Division champion. For like
that's right. He was. Ugh, I hate to admit that I know that because I am so anti-Impact and TNA.
You're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
Oh, yes, you are.
Hater, Chuck? Or is this a new thing? Have you always been a hater, or is this a new thing?
Me a hater?
No, he's always been. He's always been. This ain't nothing new.
That's another story we should tell. The time I met you, Rod, me and you met.
You've told it on the show before, but
but does Rob know the story?
Probably not.
It's funny too, because like I think it was like game 2 or game 3 of the 2009 American League Championship Series. We go at what? Allie's house, right?
We're at Alley's, yeah.
And Frank, of course, got drunk.
Yep. Frank
So I remember
drunk? No.
Caitlin was there too.
Yeah, she was there.
Dear Caitlin.
Because I had to drive her home.
Is this at Ross's house?
Nah.
Okay.
Well, no. When I was I watched the series at Ross's house.
No, we're at our friend Alley's house. And it was hilarious because he comes in and I found out he's a big wrestling fan. And of course, Rod's forever gimmick in life is when he goes to a party or an event, he comes in to the John Cena theme song. Everybody knows what information. No one's fighting this information. This is a real story. I meet Rod for less than like 5 minutes. I'm like, this guy is my wrestling rival. This guy loves wrestling the way I do, but he's a John Cena fan, and he's wrong for that. So now he's my wife.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't, but okay.
Very similar to Rob's story with Rod.
That's great.
It's like, you guys are best friends. We're rivals.
That's awesome.
I wanted him to be my fantasy wrestling rival.
I feel like you got to get on me
To
and
win it,
Rob's
though.
level for that one, Jay. You got to go on me and Rob's level on that one because me and Rob are 4-time victors over Rod.
Yeah, but we had a good
Rod can go on about his
going.
titles, but we have the victories.
Yeah, whatever.
Beat him twice, and you'll be on our level. It's all good.
Listen, we can still do it.
We can still do it. You know the plan.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I sometimes I just don't have the energy to keep up with it.
It's hard. It's hard for me.
It's like playoff time. You got to hone in, but sometimes it could be.
It's hard.
Yeah,
Oh, wait
but
a
it's
minute.
good because it's a long
Rod,
season. So
I mean, if Rod didn't decide at a whim that because someone plays like hopscotch in the ring, he gets 50 points.
Okay, yeah, because that was my decision. My
Who has
decision
benefited from that?
The board of directors.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, because now I get the board of directors that I have to answer to. No, of course not. I make up all the rules and decisions.
But have you noticed that those rules only seem to benefit Rod?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not always.
Always.
Vince?
Well, we got Rod Jr. and Rob over here, so I guess that's fair.
I've got hurt by it too.
What was that? With the Alpha Academy flexing contest or whatever, something stupid like that.
Oh, yeah,
Those rules I've ever heard in my entire life.
quiz
This is
rule.
what we're
Yeah, the
promoting.
quiz that hurt me.
Apparently, they're not as smart as they want you to believe they are. Apparently, Chad Gable's like really smart too. Like, apparently, Chad Gable was like a big 4.0 guy in college and stuff. Like, apparently, he's like actually highly intelligent.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I just find
that's
that
legit about him.
I do not support the games rule.
No, yeah. I'll come back
What's next? The Street Profits are going to win at beer pong because they want the smoke, and Rod's going to get like 100 points for that.
Oh, you're
when
hilarious.
we played the basketball game, I'm sure Rod capitalized on that.
Honestly, no, because I didn't have the Street Profits or the freaking Viking Raiders on my team, so no, I didn't capitalize on that.
JB,
Lost it just for the random poker game. 100 points.
Okay, that I did capitalize on because Lubus was on my team before that freaking even happened. So
you got
Points
Yeah,
for that?
you know what?
For the poker game?
yeah, him winning that poker tournament. Yes, I did.
Oh
Then
my
I should've
goodness.
gotten Johnny Swinger, and you should have given me points every time he appeared in his poker. Just.
You probably did get appearance points for those.
You
This
hate
is how you know
that.
Impact is
You
terrible.
never
This is the
played
crap
that
they put on
before.
Impact Wrestling.
Point I'm making is if you get points for that, I might as well put Swinger on a team.
If you win, yes, he has to win those games.
Otherwise, you do get the appearance points, though.
Yeah, but then you get minus the 15 for losing. So
It's so stupid that you even do that. Like, Dexter Loomis won poker, I'm gonna get points.
hell yeah, it happened at the show. So yes.
But it's not evolution of like poker, it's evolution of wrestling.
Oh my god, it happened on the wrestling show.
We should call the group the evolution of sports entertainment because that's what
Oh my
it
god,
is.
that's degenerate.
You're promoting the entertainment, not the wrestling, bro.
Oh my god. I'm promoting both.
You get more points for winning these stupid games than you do a wrestling match.
Yeah.
You get more points for winning poker than you do for a submission win.
Yeah, but it's not like every week there's a poker game.
Because wait,
you
Rod.
should act like every week there's a poker game and people are getting points on that. It's not happening every week.
So Kira Tozawa wins the game of poker and puts the 24/7 title. He gets 30 points for that. Fuck out of here.
No.
Hey, if the title's on the line, yes.
He gets 30 points for that. What the hell?
What are you bribing the other members of the board of directors with?
Don't blame me.
What are you bribing them with for them to okay?
Exactly. I don't see them supporting.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, Lewis, if you go win this tournament, I'll give you a certain amount of money. That's what I did because I got money like that.
Loomis, whoever you call your board of directors to agree to this nonsense.
Oh, yeah, because I got money.
What did they get out of it?
They get mere entertainment by listening to Rod run his mouth.
Well,
okay,
no,
first off, Amanda makes more money than me. So how I'm going to bribe her when she makes more money than I do?
Who makes more money than you?
Amanda. She's a
Alyssa benefits me.
I miss Amanda in the leagues. We had some fun competitions.
I mean, you did almost destroy your league.
Oh my God.
Me?
And I was rectified.
Yeah, but
I still, you say that you just that because she beat you.
I don't care that she beat me.
I
don't. It's not about being beaten. It's about the fact that, it's just the That's what it's about.
I miss Amanda. I miss the gentleman's game we had.
I miss Amanda.
It was literally the mirror match. I want the mirror match back.
Like destroying something that's awesome for everyone. That's what it was.
Okay, and it was taken care of.
Yeah, I know, but
until the board of directors
forever.
Until the board of directors bring her back, and somehow that's the one thing you can't control. What are you gonna do when the board of directors bring her back and you can't control it?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. She has multiple league offenses broken, multiple.
I could see the other girl letting her back in.
I mean,
she's not going back to Hot Rod.
No. If you're talking about Hannah, hell no. That was the person
she threw Hannah over.
That was legit the person she attacked when she lost her jail spot. So you think she's going to bring her back? You nuts.
And who took it from
Rod,
her?
don't bring her back.
Cool.
Rod, don't bring her back.
That's just. Even though I thought Robert K should have been the new GM, but what do I know?
But
here's the problem, guys. We're older. We have responsibilities. We don't have time to oversee every wrestling show.
True. I couldn't do
it.
I
don't think to be Rob. I'm sorry if I am. I know for myself that's true. I don't know about you guys, but I got a life. I got a job. I got a girlfriend. I got things to do.
Right?
Wrestling is my escape for the harsh realities. I like wrestling because it gets me away from my real nonsensical life, and I can appreciate an entertaining other nonsensical world that is just hilarious to watch.
That's why I do this, because it takes me away from my.
There's no other way to do it, Obi. No other way to do it, bro. There's no other way to do
it. What else is coming up with Wrestle Kingdom? Because it's 3:00. I'm hungry as fuck. I'm sure.
Yeah, we can put. I think we can put a pin in it. We can always do a part 2 at Rob at another time. We can always do a part 2. We'll definitely have you back, Mr. Rob. This was fun.
That's
absolutely my pleasure. Thank you guys for having me.
And if
fun.
Ours, dude. Only Rod will know about it, not us.
Know about what?
Say that again.
If anything happens on main event, only he will know about it, not us.
By the way, Rod, I still have a bone to pick with you because I still have that in my freaking keep watching queue on my Hulu.
You told me that was off your thing now, you degenerate.
Nope, it came back, and now I'm angry.
What were you saying, Rob? I talked over you.
You blame your freaking Hulu for that. You ain't blaming me for that no more.
Because, again, you made me watch an episode because for some reason you couldn't watch main event one time, and you made me watch it. And I wanted to shoot myself in the foot the entire time because the matches were terrible. I didn't care about the commentary for the highlights.
Oh my God, you're such a hater.
I already watched all that. Why do I want to watch it again? And the matches aren't even good on that show. It's like...
Oh, that's a lie. That's definitely a lie.
Hell? Is that hell for you, Chuck? Like being forced to watch main event for eternity? Is
Oh
that
my
your?
The
God.
only good thing that has
Yeah.
ever come out of main event was the Ricochet Mustafa Ali rivalry. On that, everything else was trash on there.
Yeah, I like. Okay, now I like the fact that having the NXT people come up do main event now. That's good.
Oh, we're giving them more platform to wrestle. Okay, but don't they have Level Up for that?
Oh my God, you're such a degenerate. I swear.
No, I'm
Now,
not. I want because I speak truth.
Level Up is more of a show for like the new NXT talent coming in, like the trainees to get their first taste.
If it wasn't for Rod, those shows wouldn't exist.
Oh my
Right,
God,
because Rod loves watching Ivy Nile wrestle every week on NXT Level Up.
Actually, I do actually because she's a great talent.
If it wasn't for Rod,
I like Ivy Nile too, but I just feel like all I hear about is her wrestling on there. She appears on there more than she does on NXT.
I mean, and if watching Level Up means I get to watch the Soul Snatcher, then so be it.
I'm telling you, they got wind that someone was watching the show, and they're like, "Oh,
Here we
okay,
go.
this guy's gonna watch it." Then
Yeah, because apparently I make up enough numbers that they keep the shows alive.
Rob fabricates those numbers too because again he goes to I do a fantasy league and we play game points and everything.
Oh yeah. So that's why they keep the shows alive because I told them I have a fantasy league and I need those shows. That's why they
For
keep
those
them
points.
alive.
That's exactly why they keep it.
Oh, I'm
just to show
sure.
that someone's actually watching it.
That's enough proof of Oh wow, we have one fan. Who's this Rod Hancock guy?
Degenerate, I swear.
Who's this Rod Hancock guy?
This
God bless this guy. He's keeping the show alive.
The Thunderdome error with all the TVs, everything's blacked out, but just the one with Rodriguez. Right. Watching main event.
I tried doing that twice, and the first time they kicked me out because I wouldn't boo Roman Reigns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
they tried to do crowd control with that shit.
It's overly produced. Yeah, anything like that.
Oh yeah, they wanted you to boo. I wouldn't boo. They kicked me out because I wouldn't boo Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's so funny.
Because this is when you finally give the fans what they want with Roman Reigns, and now you want me to boo them? The fans are going to cheer that because that's what they've been wanting.
See, that's not wrestling. You cannot control wrestling.
But that's Vince McMahon's vision.
Well, I'm glad that he's gone.
Those were actually fun to do, but they were annoying. It's like, oh yeah, you cheer now, boo now.
Because
seriously, also, I think one time I had a beer on camera, so I think they booed me for that too.
Because Vince McMahon's vision is not what's going on in the wrestling world today.
It's Vince and what his guest men tell him, who are middle-aged to elderly men who are old and out of touch and still think it's the 1980s and don't realize that wrestling isn't the family product it once was. What?
1980's been gone for a while now.
Oh, I know. I love the 90s, but they're over too. But that's why I recreate the 90s in my own right. So my cover bands and all those things. That's why I hate when they bring these old wrestlers back to wrestle. It's like, okay, they're 60. I don't want to see them wrestle. If I want to watch them wrestle, I'll watch their shit when they were in their prime.
You think he's, calling Triple H every week? I think we should do another bra and panties match. I think we should bring that back.
Oh, absolutely.
He was telling people that he's coming back soon. It'll blow over.
We'll put that
like 2 weeks ago.
I hope he never comes back.
I'll quit. If it starts again, then other shit gets reversed again, I quit.
I don't think he's welcome back.
There are rumors that he was coming back, and I'm like, please just let them rumors from it, just stupid rumors.
I think Cody Rhodes should be put in polka dots.
I don't know, I feel like I just can't trust what these sources say. Fightful says blah blah blah. If I don't see it, I don't believe it.
Yeah, you don't know, so you know.
So many things can change even between A and B. So
right,
grain of salt.
So
I think Ricochet should come out in a chicken costume.
God,
this is what they do.
I know.
I'm sending Reggie back to NXT, making them scripts.
I think we should put Justin Gabriel in a bunny suit. and be a
I don't like
Rosebud.
scripts. Do you like scripts? I don't.
I just
No,
seen
I
him
do.
because
That was
Following NXT, but
underwhelming.
I'm like,
that,
what?
it was the hype for it was great, but when you thought that was Reggie, it was very underwhelming.
It's two different people. I feel like the vignette was meant for someone else because when you see this character, it doesn't seem like it's the same person they're talking about.
Who was this?
Scripts. Reggie's new thing.
Oh yeah, the Reggie thing. Yeah, it's weird.
It's like two different people. The vignette was meant for someone else because I don't believe it when I see what he's wearing, and
I know it's a little awkward.
it doesn't make sense for what they're doing. It doesn't.
I mean, you could tell by the arms, the face and the mask, and then the finisher who that was.
We all know it's Reggie.
But it doesn't even matter that was Reggie. It's the fact that the way he's dressed makes no sense.
It's
with
almost
the guy
like
doing graffiti and all that.
It's like almost like the A-Kid Axiom thing. It's like almost the same thing to me because you know it's him. Which I like A-Kid and Axiom. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's like the same idea. Same thing with almost like Ricochet and Prince Puma. It's like the same thing.
Question: who is Scripps meant for? Who do you think Scripps is meant for? I don't think Chuck will get this. I think only Rod will because Robert's not a TNA fan or Impact fan.
I have a feeling I know where this is going, but
Trey
we're gonna let Rod.
Trey Miguel, based on the way they did the character with the graffiti and all, you'd think it would be Trey Miguel.
Yeah, but Trey did the smart move, staying. Because who knows what would have happened with Trey if he would go on with them after the whole Wentz thing.
Point I'm making is you would not, the way they do this character on NXT, it does not, the buildup makes no sense.
I'm not into it.
It's like, again, repeating myself, I felt like it was meant for someone else, the way, like, because when he comes, it's like the way they built up, what was Tyrus's name?
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay. And, the way they built him up and he's doing something completely different.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it seems like with scripts.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like
I love somebody call my mama. I thought that was hilarious.
Okay.
Because you didn't expect that for Brodus Clay. And weirdly, he got that over, though.
Yeah, he did.
A little left, but he got that over.
And everything. But I'm just saying, to me, it's kind of almost the same thing where you're building up for one thing, but we got something completely different that has nothing
Poor
to
Matt
do.
Bloom with Tensai.
Oh, God.
Poor guy.
He could have made that work, but it was the fans that fucked it up for him.
Oh, definitely.
He could have made that work because he was doing stuff in Japan, but it was the fans that fucked it up for him.
Yeah, because the fans didn't buy it. It sucked because it was a great gimmick and it could have worked, but the fans are stupid and have brains the size of walnuts and are fucking marks and had to chant Albert every 5 seconds.
It's so hard to be a wrestling fan sometimes when...
It's embarrassing to be a wrestling fan sometimes. It's embarrassing
when you
sometimes.
see what goes on in social media.
It's embarrassing to be a wrestling
fan. Shows, you're just like, all right, I can't.
We're not going to touch that. But I will say this. You go to certain chat rooms in Facebook and stuff, and you see how ridiculous some of these marks are. Rod can tell you.
Oh, my God, it's horrible.
Yeah.
These marks are ridiculous.
But then you could always annoy them by getting back at them.
You fucking mark. Oh, Ron saw that whole conversation. Ron was probably laughing his ass off or being like, oh, no, Ron was defending because Ron hates MJF too because he's a hater.
No.
Anybody
who less matches than Brock Lesnar should not be a world champion. End of the discussion.
That's not even a discussion.
How do the AEW ratings have been since MJF has been champion? How those ratings been? Been going down and down and down since he's been champion.
Those comments aren't clicking, Rod.
Let's put the belt on him, though.
Rod, those comments aren't clicking, by the way.
Those comments do not click whatsoever.
The comments are actually true. The ratings have been going down since he's been champion, but okay. Great
those
champion.
Those comments don't click, Rod.
The best damn champion there is.
Yeah, okay. And those ratings show it too, don't they?
Hey, Rod, I can't help it if you're the one telling people to change the channel because you don't like MJF.
People listen to me, right? Yeah, I got that much stroke apparently. People listen to me.
I mean, you have
Well, you have enough stroke that apparently you
where
convinced
you're rigging
WWE
all
to
your
keep main event
freaking,
going.
Oh yeah, right.
Robert will agree that too. I mean, I mean, I don't know, Robert. Why do you let him like get away with rigging all the matches in the fantasy league?
Oh, because when it's me versus him, I beat him. That's
Oh,
why.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and then I beat him too. So
I went one. I
difference
went
is
one
that
and
you guys let it
two.
rig. I don't rig it. It
I
just
went
happens
1 and 2 in the
organically.
finals.
Can't
but
argue
I
with
I
that.
rigged it. Okay.
I'm
the
better than
only
Rod.
reason
I would have
you
won the
win
finals
any of
all
those
three. I would
matches,
have won the finals all 3 freaking times this year. I was
the only
rigging it.
reason is because it's your company, your federation.
Right,
That's the
right.
only reason you
You
won
start
it.
calling him Rod Jarrett.
That's gonna be your. So that's gonna be your excuse for why I beat you twice, huh?
Okay,
Yes,
Rod Jarrett.
you cheated both times.
Rod Jarrett,
So
everybody.
let me get that's your excuse why she beat you too, right? Because I rigged it.
He also
Yes.
sold me some gold.
Yes.
Good investment.
Right, right. So every time you lost it because I rigged it. Right.
Yes. Thank you
Rod
for
Jarrett,
admitting
everybody.
it.
It's
Thank
okay
you for
because
admitting it.
I reached out to the Young Bucks
wait.
one day to tell them to throw the match so I can win the playoffs.
Right.
They didn't get back to me, but I tried.
So now I understand how the EOW formula works. It's the original TNA formula, which is where Jeff Jarrett owns the company and gives just the belt to himself.
By the way,
Yeah,
can
Rod
someone
Jarrett.
tell me?
Hey, okay. If that's the case, I'd be like a 10-time champion right now.
The
That
most
was-
Someone
wrestling thing
tell
ever.
me what where the
It is the most
third
wrestling thing
J
ever.
in Triple J is?
Triple J?
They obviously can't call him Double J, so they're calling him Triple J. So where's the third J?
Jay Lethal. The J and Jay Lethal. So Jeff
But
Jarrett
they're
and Jay
calling-
Lethal.
Oh,
That's
I
the
thought they were
stupidest
calling
thing
him
I've ever heard in my
Jarrett.
entire life.
I thought they were calling Jeff Jarrett himself Triple J.
No, they play Triple J, Jay, and Jeff Jarrett. Triple J.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I seriously thought it was like
And I got a feeling we're gonna be seeing
R-
Karen Jarrett show up soon too. After that rap.
EWTJAY.
We're gonna see Karen in there too after that rap.
The Acclaimed are the best thing in AEW right now. I love them.
No
Never
shit.
named you. That shit had me pissing my pants laughing because it was true and hilarious. And fuck Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett sucks. Straight up.
Karen was not happy about that rap.
I don't care. Jeff Jarrett's terrible. Anybody who tells you they're a Jeff Jarrett fan is full of shit. There is not one.
Oh.
There's not one Jeff Jarrett fan out there.
I used to like Jeff Jarrett.
Were you a 2000?
Character.
Were you a 2000 WCW Jarrett fan
Chuck,
too?
go to Foundation real quick.
Yeah.
That
Wait
annoyed
till you
me,
see
but
what
I
this
like
dude
the
posted.
stroke.
What happened?
But
Go to
I like
Foundation
the
real quick.
stroke. What can I tell you?
I'm hoping
What am I doing? Going where?
does.
My
Foundation.
chat. Go to my chat real quick. The Scissor Me Daddy chat.
Oh boy.
Once you
Why?
can see what this dude Joe posted, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
Oh god, we're featuring them in on the chats now. Oh boy.
I want to be in these chats.
You don't want to be in these chats.
Oh no, because Heather's in there, so you already automatically not gonna want to be in there.
I'll go in there just so I could do what Chuck did.
Oh my god.
What's Jared doing backstage? He's live events.
That's hilarious. The meme, right?
Yeah.
Jarrett's doing backstage
I'm-
live events.
That's an easy
But
one.
he was
Why,
so
why is
good
that a
in
struggle?
WWE.
I'm
sure
happy
that's why
Ron
he's
is not
doing
the
it.
champion. Charlotte is. That was an easy answer.
No,
gotta
it says,
be-
it says being happy Ron is no longer champion.
Right.
Being angry
But-
Charlotte is champion again.
Um,
So like you got it. So it's like they got their wish that Ron is no longer champion, but they're mad because it's Charlotte. So
because
that's what that meme's about.
they're fickle, like Daniel Bryan's old promo was about. Fans are fucking fickle. They're fickle, gentlemen.
Rod's happy that Charlotte won.
Chuck's happy that
no.
Charlotte won.
Rod
Chuck's happy Charlotte won.
He walks on.
As long as Rodriguez, was it Gonzalez? I'm all messed up. Her and her 5 different names.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez. I don't know why they changed that.
It makes
I
no
don't know
sense.
either.
That's got to be
Good
Vince
old
fucking.
WWE for you.
Raquel Gonzalez.
sounds
As long as
better
she's
on
getting that
TV.
shot at WrestleMania, I think that's what they need to build to.
That's what they
Keep
need
her
to
momentum
do.
going.
Have her win the Rumble. Let her
Yeah,
win the
that'd be
Rumble in a
good.
few weeks.
Either her or Mommy. Right?
Oh, Rhea. Either one
Rhea.
of them.
We've
Yeah.
already seen Charlotte versus Rhea. Bianca versus. Didn't we see Bianca versus? Maybe we didn't see Bianca versus Rhea.
No, but if Rhea beats, it would be Rhea and
NXT we
Bianca,
did.
and that would be the match, and that'd be a great match.
It would.
NXT we did.
Yeah.
That was like the last live takeover that they had before the pandemic hit.
How happy were you? I mean, I know it's all for TV and stuff. I mean, it would have been nice if it was real, but it's kind of nice seeing Dominic arrested.
Well, that was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Money.
I didn't see it.
I'm not going to make it in prison. Guys like me don't.
Cole Fed, Cole Priest.
I gotta catch it.
That was
It's
actually funny, even though his character pisses me off, but I guess he's doing his job.
Hey, exactly. They're doing the smart thing with him. The fans hated on him. You turned him heel. He's greater than goose shit, but he gets that faction so much fucking heat. He's the entire heat of Judgment Day, straight up. He is the heat that they get.
Before that,
His promos are horrible.
wasted.
His promos are terrible. But all right, guys, this actually might be our longest to second longest podcast yet.
I think when you start
so.
talking about Dominic, it's time to close.
I think it's time to put a pin. No more Dominic.
Dominic just killed the show.
Oh, my
Dominic
God.
Mysterio just got arrested from our show too. Hey, if the sock fits, it's a thing, right? If the glove fits,
Oh,
you must have quit,
yeah.
right?
But yeah, man, go check out your favorite wrestlers on Twitch. Go support the indie shows. Obviously, support the big shows too, but support all wrestling.
Everything. Support wrestling,
Yeah.
guys. Just watch wrestling, enjoy it.
Pro wrestling.
Just whatever your poison for wrestling is, just embrace it, enjoy it, and subscribe to us, like us, subscribe, share us,
Yeah.
Enjoy your
get
new
us
year.
out there. We're
Even
ridiculous.
though
We need to be
Chuck
heard.
messed up with the no content thing, we have plenty of content.
I messed up with nothing.
I think what we should see, I think Robert K should train Rod, because I'd love to see Rod in an actual wrestling match in his Mr. Main Event outfit.
Oh my God, such a degenerate.
I would pay good money just to see that.
I would pay my year's salary to see that.
Oh my God.
I would invest a whole year's salary into that.
Who would love to see Rod come out dressed up in that cape, in the little Jets mask, and doing like some, I don't know, like some silly Hulk Hogan
Right.
thing.
He'd be like the reverse revolting blob. Or if you really want to be truthful, though, and I'm sure Rob remembers this game. Remember SVR 2009?
Oh Lord.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, yeah.
Remember that game? I gotta say, I'm pretty sure Tony was modeled off of Rod.
Oh my God.
I kind of agree.
Watch it. It's Rod. It comes out to the John Cena music with the military suit, the whole nine. You ever go to a WWE event with Rod? He decks out. It's great.
I mean, I think that would be cool, but I still think Rod dressed up with the mask and the cape would
more
would
into
go
that.
over more.
I agree. Mr. Main Event. No. It's got because he's got that luchador vibe. Senor Main Event.
Senor Main Event. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your
Such a degenerate.
Juego Rodriguez.
Make that happen, man. Someone make that happen. I want
Rodriguez Main Events.
Rod, you're retired, man. You have all the time in the world.
Rodriguez
Go
Main
to a wrestling
Events.
school.
Actually, that would work too.
Yeah, like 41. Okay.
Go.
I want to be
Dude,
retired at 41. I'll be in the same spot I am now at
Andy
41,
the
probably.
Butt is older than both of us, and he has a successful, and he's wrestling. The Bus is if the Bus is wrestling in CCW, and he's doing a damn good job of it, you can do it too.
We're gonna set that up.
I'll get a match.
Luchador mask. I've always wanted one.
I'm gonna get myself one. I'm gonna just
Tag with Rod, like you do most of the work, and then Rod gets the hot tag.
He'll
and
get the hot tag.
one
the
move.
main events.
Let's do it, Rod. I'm
The
down
main
for that.
event.
He would sell
That'd be a
out
dream come true.
gymnasiums and eventually arenas. People would kill to have Rod in their shows.
Again, Rod would be literally
True.
the real incarnation of New Day. He'd be a heel, but really believe he's the babyface.
Rod's the only one who isn't buying it, and that Rod, you have to buy it, man. You have to do it. You have to be there.
We're all investing like major salaries on this for you. We're almost like ready to fund this whole thing for you.
Dude, he'd be bigger
We're ready
than
to fund this
R-Truth.
for you.
He'd be bigger than like R-Truth doing Lil Jimmy. He'd be bigger than whatever Heidenreich. I don't know.
He'd be bigger than the Red Rooster.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
What's the other one?
But if you ask Bruce Pritchard, that was a serious gimmick because Terry Taylor thought he was the Rooster.
He'd be bigger than the what did they
Brooklyn
call
Brawler.
the baseball guy?
Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
Didn't he have another name too?
Brooklyn Brawler.
Well, yeah, but
He'd
I
be
thought-
bigger than the Goon.
he'd be bigger than the gobbledygooker.
He would give, you know what? I would even say he would give Mantar a run for his money.
Oh my god.
Bastion Booger has nothing on him.
Oh, Bastion Booger got shit on Mr. Main Event.
I think Mr.
Aldo
America
Montoya?
is gonna
Well,
run.
forget it.
Mr. America's got nothing on Mr.
Nothing.
Main Event.
Nothing. Who? Nothing on Mr. Main Event.
Oh my god.
Herman, Herman, what did they call him? Herman Leslie. What they used to call as not Herman, that's not what I'm thinking, not Brutus. What did they call the laughing man? Oh, Hugh Morris.
Humorous.
Hugh Morris.
Oh my
Bill
god.
DeMott, Hugh Morris has nothing on Mr.
You know who Mr. Main Event's biggest rival is going to be?
Who?
Bill Ding, the evil architect.
Oh my god.
Bill Ding, yeah. I can see that one.
Rod, they don't know about the electrifying. You got to show them up. They don't know you're the most electrifying man.
They ain't ready for all that.
I just want him to wrestle legit so someone can draft him in his own wrestling league and lose points.
I'd be that sucker every time.
Oh man.
Put him on Dark against Serpentico, and so
Oh my
Serpentico can win
God.
some matches.
Hey, Mr. Main Event and Fuego del Sol against Luther and Serpentico.
I swear.
I mean,
My
maybe we should
client.
all just pool our money
Mr. Main
together
Event.
to get him in wrestling school to make this happen.
I'll be your mouthpiece, Rod.
I'll be a Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
You'll be a Rob K guy.
Rob, you'd be
I'm
around.
with this. I like this. I'm supporting this.
Oh
I-
my god.
I want this.
456 days.
Well, guys, it's 3:30.
Yeah,
Happy
it's time.
New
I
Year.
think this actually has become our longest episode to date.
It's because it's the New Year special.
It
New
is
Year's
New Year's special.
slash
Anniversary
Get
special.
Rod in Wrestling.
It is 2 years, guys. Guys, it's been a fun 2 years. I got to tell you.
And we had the ultimate guest, Robert K.
We finally got him. Rob, thank you for being our guest for our
Very
2-year
good.
anniversary of ADD and debauchery and ridiculousness.
And waiting over an hour for our co-host.
Mr.
Thanks
Main
for being
Event.
Oh my
He
god.
It's
runs
the green
all the
room. I don't know
time,
what's
everybody.
happening here. Everybody was getting real diva-ish.
Oh
He's
my
getting a little sore over
God.
here.
No, thank you guys so much.
Nah, it's just fun. We had a good time.
Hot Rod,
Ron, it was a pleasure, my brother.
same here.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. And
I
on
think
that
me
note,
and
guys,
Robert K would have made a good
Happy New
tag
Year,
team, too.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't hear what you said,
Up
Jay.
there.
I think me and Rob would have made a good tag team too.
Yeah, I can see that. And I would be your manager as a mouthpiece. Cut the
All
promos.
right.
But on that note, guys, I think it's about that time. Thank you for listening, everybody. Happy New Year, happy holidays, all the jazz. And as always, attention wrestling disorder is just too sweet.